All right, so we had a little bit of snafu already, huh?
No snafu. We're ready to go. We're ready to rock.
All right, so this is an anticipated episode for us. This is episode 15. This is the best of.
The greatest of.
The greatest. So I like that better. I'm gonna notate that right now. The greatest of. How do you feel about that?
I like the Hall of Fame episode.
I like the greatest of. So
the greatest of.
We're gonna cover what we think are the top 10 sports card-esque sports things of
the shitty
2020. As much as it sucked completely across the board, there are a few little things we can take out of positively, right?
Little takeaways.
The negatives that you can turn positive.
You can do a little bit.
For the flipper, that's for sure.
Heck yeah.
For the flipper. Flipper's loving.
There might be moments that you flip this table with some of the topics.
Oh,
shit, I will flip some shit right now.
Yeah, let's do
Don't
it.
say the wrong thing.
But let's go ahead and let's get our product situation out of the way because this month is a week release month.
Yeah, it's
week.
Just, I mean, besides Bowman's Best, the Obsidian, the recent stuff that was released, it's just
Heritage High number is tomorrow, which I'm, whatever.
Heritage in general is a tough one. For the new hobby people, they think every card is autographed. That was what I love.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
I had somebody who's like, "Look at all these autographs I got," and I'm like, "Yeah, those are all fake. Those are
they're all.
They were printed that way.
They're all facsimile.
Yeah,
facsimile autos.
So,
it looks like Face Smile, but it's actually facsimile.
I like Face
It's
Smile.
like right now, LOL.
Right.
LOL.
FOMO.
I was trying to think of that one. I was like FOML.
FOMO. FMLA. You taught me that phraseology
that's
earlier in the year.
FMLA is an unfortunate
we heard it here
event.
first at Turf and Dirt.
FOMO. So fear of missing out's a real thing.
That is 2020. I mean, that is everybody's. You even fear not getting COVID. I mean, sheesh.
Is there a dictionary for these kind of
Were
acronyms?
you afraid of were you ever afraid of COVID? Did it really?
I want to get it.
You want to get it?
I just want to.
Dude, you're the first person I've ever met that was
Are
like,
okay?
I want to get it.
I was at first.
Afraid
when
of
I was
it.
traveling. Yeah,
Really?
when I was first traveling, I don't know if I was afraid of it or maybe I just wanted to be home and relax and not do much at work.
Yeah, I mean, at my work, if I went and got tested, I can go get tested and get paid for missing the work, and then I can go get tested again. I get up to like almost 4 weeks.
So did you on purpose lick bathroom walls?
Well, I don't even have to test positive. If I test negative, it's whatever. That's fine. So I can keep going back, but I have to miss a minimum of 48 hours every time I get tested. And but unfortunately, I actually like to work. I actually like to get out of the house.
You're the only one I know that has the work ethic like you have.
I cannot stand being. My wife says even when we had our kids, 1 week of being home, and
it freaks me out
done.
Because you outwork my ass,
I can't. You're in here from crack of dawn.
I am, but Jesus criminy.
Well, look at this person. They just read about today. So Japan's in full lockdown. UK's in full lockdown.
What is up with that, by the way? I didn't.
With the new strain that's out. So somebody, in order to get in Japan, they tested negative 2 days prior to flight. They tested negative when they got on board. Apparently, with the temperature thing and the fever, tested negative. They tested again when they arrived in Japan. Positive.
And pregnant.
And it's like you can have two
with
negatives.
Twins,
you can
right?
have two negatives and then get there. And it's like now you're positive. Now you got to quarantine.
Wait a minute. So what are you trying to say? 2 negatives make a positive?
Yeah. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Official from Kards Korner. 2 negatives equal a positive.
And that's what we're going to turn 2020 into.
Only in Japan.
We're going to turn it to a positive.
In a giant piece of crap.
And you better hurry because, how many days left in this year?
2.
Before it's 13/01/2020?
What?
Never mind.
You lost me.
Is that a weed reference?
No.
Is that like loading
is that
a bowl
January
and smoking?
Where you're looking at the calendar, you're like, oh, they let countdown for New Year's, and it's like, you're thinking the calendar's going to go to, January 1st, 2021.
It's actually January of 2020?
It's just 13th month. First day.
Oh, like it's
month.
like Groundhog Day, so it's never going to get off of that. So we're going to be we're going to be 18/1/2020.
We're hoping for the best for 2021, but come on.
Well,
Shit ain't going away in 6 days.
What I've learned in my old age is it's as good as you make it, right? If you
Yep.
wake up and you're afraid of COVID, your life is going to be full of fear,
Just got to work with what's in front of you.
right? I mean, I deal with the public. I mean, and I deal with some. I'm going to be honest. I love my people, but we have some nastiness coming through the
Interesting
door,
characters.
right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm not, thank goodness because of the condition I have, I don't have to wear a mask. I get to, but I'm not afraid to catch. Like, I'm not afraid. 2020, outside of a few rules I got to follow when I leave here, 2020 was not super awful for me.
No, I mean, my biggest takeaway, being the sports fan that I am, is not being able to attend a game.
That sucks. I mean, that
was
really is brutal.
that was the hardest thing for me. This not being able to play sports didn't really bother me. I had tickets to the Atlanta Braves Seattle Mariners game. Guess what? Who knows when they'll be back?
My Phillies were supposed to be here.
But it's like, man,
The
that's
Giants came to town.
My Mariners were supposed to be in Seattle.
but Atlanta, a National League team
I heard.
coming to Seattle is, especially National League, it's a rarity.
Right.
And now I was hoping that next year's schedule would just have been the same as this year. Like they
Right.
were just going to move it to 2021. And then I look at the schedule, and it's basically the shortened season, what they did with the regional team. That's all they did for next year's schedule.
I just hated. I watched the Monday night game. I watched the Las Vegas Raider game, and I'm watching this game, and I'm saying to myself, why do they? I was telling my wife because it was pissing me off every time they did it, and it was like there's no fans, but the sound they
The
crank-
cheering gets
the cheering and
louder.
stuff, it gets louder when something actually dramatic
Oh, yeah.
happens, and I'm like, wait a second, there's nobody there. And I can't stand that. They probably do it just to drown out because you can hear the players' voices.
To me, I don't even.
you're not gonna
I
hear
don't
Phillip
even
Rivers.
notice
I want to
the
hear that.
sound.
I want to
You're
hear.
not going to hear Phillip Rivers curse, but
No, because Phillip Rivers doesn't curse.
I
He
know.
does a lot of gosh darn and heck
Sure.
Gee
with ya.
golly.
Yeah, gee golly. So
Him and his 9 kids.
the thing, for me, when they canceled the minor league baseball season, that was the biggest effect for me and my family, I think, because
Yeah.
minor league baseball every summer are such a component, right? Aqua Sox are what we do.
dude, it's the fabric
your
of our lives.
connection
It's a
with the
fabric of our
Aqua Sox.
lives, dude. It's what
We have
enjoy.
a big connection, not only business wise, but as fans, being season ticket holders. I didn't realize though how much it affected until one day I get home and Stacy's at the table and she's damn near in tears. And I'm like, you walk through the door and you see your wife crying, right? You're like, what's up?
She's leaving you.
No, she was laughing and jumping.
I'm like, what is wrong? She's like, I miss baseball. I miss going to the stadium. I miss
It's a
setting
different
up the
feel.
booth. I miss watching the team. I miss getting the autographs.
Yeah.
I miss getting the hot dog. And she was in tears over it. And that's how you knew she was a real baseball person. Look at, she's tearing up right now. I knew, like, this is a serious. It
Yeah,
was
I
a
mean,
big effect for us.
My 6-year-old daughter, she looks forward to. I mean, we get to games 3-4 hours before the game starts. We sit outside the stadium for an hour to 2 hours before the gates even open, just so we can be the first ones to run down next to the field. I mean, the pictures with the players, the autographs, like that 2 hours before the game, I could leave and not even watch the game, and I would be
fine.
I'd be fine with
Yeah.
the price of the ticket I paid. I mean, the game to me is just it's the
We were
sprinkles.
kind of spoiled with the Aqua Sox because when we would set up our booth, we got a lot of corporate sponsorship perks, right? It was a lot of meet players, be down and talk.
Yeah.
Guys that are rehabbing, get to go up, talk to
That's
them,
cool.
meet them, that kind of thing. Have a chance to talk to them outside of your typical fan interaction, right? And it was weird this year.
But just
It
think of the
was-
silver lining. God, once this thing's all over, hopefully the people come out and support, and everybody sell out every night.
Now,
Every night.
do you think that once there is the surplus and maybe the connection to the fans and the players come back, do you think the players will be more warm and accepting
Responsive?
to the fans, or do you think they're going to stay away?
I think for a period of time they're going to be more warm, but I think it's going to become too overwhelming too much.
Yeah.
They're going to be, especially when it comes to Everett, when we talk to because the guy that typically handles us, he left to go, because he can't work one day a week, right? So he left to go to go, in greener pastures elsewhere. And he's actually working for Funko now. But the new guy that took his job, we were talking, and he's like, we have to be prepared. We expect huge crowds, and we expect people that aren't baseball fans
to come
just to experience what it was like, AC after COVID. And so they're going to get a huge bump in attendance just for people to experience it now. The problem is it's going to be overwhelming to the players. And for Everett, because they are switching to the advanced A team, so now we're looking at baseball from April to September, and the majority of the first rounders and all the bigger prospects are going to be in Everett for the majority of the season. That's going to be a lot of change early on.
But I think leagues, teams, ownership, they're going to be pumping this up, and they're going to be They're probably going to. I have a feeling they're going to be doing special things for the people.
Yeah.
Like you said.
And so, Evan, when you're rehabbing in Everett, we're going to do a remote, and you can be a guest anytime. Just let me know.
Dude, we need to see Joe Burrow's remote. I mean, I need to see him from all his training.
His wheelchair.
Oh, man, he's walking on that knee already, and it's scaring me just watching that.
Anyway, so that's kind of what we're hoping for. So let's move on.
Let's see some positives.
We got some negative to get through, though.
One more negative
before we get to positive.
Yeah.
Right, because it takes 2 negatives to make a positive. And so we got 1 negative down. So we're going to need to do another negative to get to the positive.
And there we go.
But let's talk about products. So what released last week? Bowman's Best.
The best of the best.
Bowman's Best was pretty fire.
Amazing.
Obsidian Football. Those are the 2 biggies.
Yeah.
And I have to say, both were pretty good. Both were pretty good until I tried to reorder it. But
when you say pretty good, you're talking about the players, the quality of cards?
Quality of cards. I didn't see any damage.
A little bit of damage in the Bowman's Best. A little bit of print. Yeah, I got a couple print marks on them. But, I mean, the designs overall were...
Overall grade is what?
Pretty good.
Fantastic. I mean, I'm a solid 9.
Really? For someone who doesn't like grading, you're
you're
judging yourself by a grading spot? By a 9?
I'm giving it a solid 9. I mean, I loved the inserts. The auto, the 4 auto hit for the box is great for people, especially
huge
kids ripping with my son, and just he doesn't care who the hell
is that where you pulled the bomb out of?
Yeah, I pulled the bomb out of that.
Did you light it on fire?
No, I gotta give it to him. Yeah, I gotta give it. I don't need no bum.
Boom.
Oh yeah, that's bomb.
Beach bum.
Okay,
here we go.
But it's great. Obsidian, I did not really see much of that.
So Obsidian had an opportunity to get into a couple boxes. It was pretty good. I mean, you get the cards are chromey-ish. They're not straight chrome, but they're not straight regular cards either.
Yeah.
But you got some chunkiness. I mean, I think the best we pulled was a Jalen Hurts dual jersey auto. We pulled a Jonathan Taylor 6 of 10. It was a trifecta.
I did see that one. That's pretty sweet.
Did you pull Jordan Love?
No.
I thought I saw Jordan Love.
I saw Jordan Love, but I don't think it was like a hit card.
No, it was.
I don't even recall. It wasn't out of me.
No, it was Hurts.
It was KB.
Oh, that's what it was.
KB's been fire.
KB's pulling some heat. We got the Bowman's Best.
You know where he got the Obsidian?
JEKK.
Oh God.
T&D?
Dude, that is just brutal.
T&D?
Can you believe he did that?
Jekyll and Hyde.
Can you believe he did that? Look at her. She's
the door's right there.
She doesn't. Snap! Drop it like it's hot. So anyway, yeah. So Obsidian was great this year. I mean, I don't get a chance to get into that kind of it's a polarizing product, right?
It is.
It's a one pack.
It's a what product?
Polarizing.
Polar Bear. It's the Pete Alonso.
Right
Polar. I mean, you either hate it or you love it. It's no in between.
It stops you in your tracks.
Oh, it can.
It's one that I love to see when Chronicles comes out, and that's probably the only time that I ever get into Obsidian, is Chronicles product, because otherwise it's too rich for my blood.
It's expensive. I mean, it's
just for the one pack. It's hard for me to justify as
and for your average consumer, that's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the credit card maxed out.
Bowman's Best is a little bit easier.
Bowman's Best is a lot of it easier.
Yeah. So, but let's go ahead and look ahead at product coming out. Now, this month is a week release month. Tomorrow is
Back to the Well.
Is Heritage
high numbered.
I know. Like,
You got high and
so
cards.
usually what happens is you
Love 'em.
get your typical baseball fan, right? And 50% of those, you have 100%. 50% of those are good for every product, right?
Yeah.
They're on board for almost everything. 25% of the other 50%, they're very product specific.
Yeah.
Right? They're, they stick to chrome only products or, and then you get this other segment that is so, they're Allen and Ginter, Heritage,
That throwback
Gypsy
style,
Queen,
yeah.
that is all they buy. And the funny part is tomorrow when we take the available Wednesday tag off of it, we're probably going to sell out of it. Because locally we have a lot of old school.
I was going to throw
Old
the price
school.
tag out there, but the price tag is releases Wednesday.
Yeah. I think it's around $5 a pack.
Oh, shit.
So
What's the...
24 packs, so whatever the breakdown is. So it's not super expensive. The majority, like the hit you want is the real one autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're going to get a relic for the most part.
Yeah.
But what is in there that is to chase is the variations. That's where the money is in that stuff.
Is it a white? That one looks...
Could be. I haven't touched it, opened it, so
Smelt it. It was like
I've smelled it. It smells like Heritage.
old and musty.
It's dusty.
Don't talk about dusty
It's,
like
it's
that.
dusty, not dusty. But Heritage, the real one autos are on card, very old school, but they always hold a tremendous amount of value. And it looks like we have cut signatures in this year's, Stacy.
Dual signatures.
And dual signatures. So I'm digging the holding the mic thing. I
like it.
Without the thing,
I might
select
move
the
it.
stand, or you can.
you can pick these up, right? It's almost like an ice cream sandwich.
Ooh, that's a dope looking card. What is...
So those would be the box toppers, which will come autographed.
Is it like the paper, like somebody printed it off, a Xerox copy, or is it actual, like...
The autos?
No, the
they'll
card.
they'll. No,
Is it a card?
It's a card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not going to be a
It's better
poster.
than archives.
Okay, the Thor and all that.
Yeah, it's
okay.
not that.
That's what I was worried about. I was like, man, that's dope. Wouldn't you want...
No, what
Oh,
it is,
yes.
it's
That would
like
be
a
badass.
69. It's like a 69 oversized. It's a throwback to that, or 70 oversized. What is the
Box loaders are...
what is the box loader year?
That's a variety of forms.
71.
71. So
Bring in back the 71.
That's beautiful,
Topps
man.
design.
Yeah.
Screenshot
Select
that and send it to me.
Also have autograph versions that max out at 25 copies each.
correct. But you got to have. It's awkward because you got to have oversized top loaders to take care of them. And where are you going to find oversized top loaders today?
So
Turf
it's
and dirt.
Oh, well, I guess, and then there's no problem.
225 cards set, 9 cards per pack, 24 packs per box.
So when we did our reorder today, or we did our reorder yesterday, there was a product that Stacy was scouring the website looking for
some good
some
New Year's Eve ripping.
some New Year's Eve ripping.
Yes.
And she was like, "Have you heard of Elite Series T-Mall?"
T-Mobile.
No, like T-Mall. We've done T-Mall before, right? And usually T-Mall is a very select optic prism kind of thing.
Straight.
And I said,
from
did we get
Chinatown.
sell sheets on T-Mall Elite? And she said, we did not. And so we contacted the distributor and said, can we get 5 boxes? We don't know what it is, but we need football product. And he's like, yep.
I think
So this is either going to suck.
I think you're going to pull something that is
Or gonna be huge.
We're going to be pretty pumped about it. I feel like it's
Okay, so
low-key.
pull these off because I don't want to hear the, oh, you're too loud in my ear. I don't want to hear any of that.
That's for millennials.
So
Oh,
here
I'm
we
gonna
go.
Scream. I'm screaming loud and proud.
All right, are we ready? We're gonna do a
my
little
God.
through the magic,
The
magic of television. So Elite series, we've had some issues with Elite, right, Stace? Are you sign languaging that one, or
No, there's been some card issues and damage.
like the foil
the
peeling?
foil piece. The last
I don't want to
box
look
that
like
we
an,
ran through last night wasn't bad at all.
you did the rips of that. I didn't,
Yeah.
so I didn't get a chance to see it.
I actually like when it first came out. I liked it. It's not. It sort of has the chrome look, but not chrome.
And T-Mall, what
Material.
is
Chromish.
T-Mall usually is the dragon scale
scales.
kind of thing.
I mean,
Let
straight
me
from
hop
China.
on Cardboard Connection.
Before I open this,
No, just
should
do
I
it.
wait or
Just do it.
Producer?
Either way,
Do it now.
So apparently they weld these damn things shut. So
No, you just gotta have man hands, not Baby Yoda hands.
come on, baby
Sandwich
Yoda.
gloves. You gotta use the
is-
sandwich gloves.
The
We have
Asia
outlawed sandwich gloves.
T-Mall boxes have exclusive status die-cut red parallels.
Well, I didn't get one in this one.
So what I want to know is
Number to 5.
where are the cards normally made? Why is this specifically like the China version?
We got a
there's-
Logan Wilson to $7.99, and we got a Colin Johnson to $3.99, and they look very similar.
That Colin Johnson
Two.
is different to the
Is the
base.
Colin Johnson different? I think that looks different.
That Logan. See, that was the only downfall about Elite is because it was at the beginning of the football season, so they were in college unis.
And
They didn't even have combine underwear.
That's the problem is these are all going to be in college uniforms.
Unless you get the autograph, like I have the Pen Pals, T. Higgin autograph, and that was dope.
Are you bragging? I'm kind of bragging.
Well,
right now.
my son actually pulled that out of his pack, so
I saw
had
the
to-
card you posted it.
Yeah, no, that one's sweet.
Do you ever miss anything on social media?
No.
You get it all.
No.
So
Other
you,
than
Oh,
my
I know.
messages.
you are a walking FOMO, right?
LOL. Twice.
What
It's
message did he not give?
LMFAO, laugh my face off.
What message?
Is that what that means? I always wonder what the LMAO.
laugh my fucking ass off.
Oh, shh. How do you feel about that?
LMFAO.
He said the F word.
Earmuffs.
We have them on.
We do. I feel better about it.
Yeah. You got that Logan
Stacy's
Lewis.
is on too, right? No clickety clack.
No, Stacy doesn't get any. She doesn't get the earmuffs. Kyler Murray. Ooh, what do we got here?
Cardinals.
Little action. Kyler Murray.
Tanked at the end of the season.
Philip Lindsay.
Sonic.
Yes.
We've
The
got
playmakers.
Playmakers. Raheem Mostert.
Assalamu alaikum.
The
DK Metcalf, so I can put that in a case for $976 and change.
So I have a Josh Allen playmakers.
96.
Good
Oh.
lord.
That one's sweet.
Josh Allen is completely...
I wonder how
Don't.
Stephon Diggs' cards are going.
So,
Trayvon Diggs got an interception at the end of the game yesterday.
but Stephon Diggs, he broke all the Bills records for receiving
Already?
in his first year.
First year.
All the 1 year records,
What does that say
reception,
for
And
Josh
Josh
Allen?
Allen just broke
His finger.
Jim Kelly's
the internet, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek
Home run.
Hill.
his home run.
Terry McLaurin. That's kind of sick. Byron Edwards to 99. I like the blue. Aaron
upside down.
Rodgers
Not going to be MVP, please.
and Odell Beckham.
We want to see Josh Allen win the MVP. Get
That's
something
right.
fresh.
Josh Allen or A Bear.
I want to see if they actually do the kid reporter thing this year.
We could be kid reporters. We can get a kid reporter.
You want to punch a kid reporter?
It depends on who it is. I've seen some of these Instagram and YouTube kids. I would love to.
Punch him. Here we go. Tom Brady. This was the card that was most sought after when he
It was his
left
rookie-
the Bucks.
his
right?
rookie card.
It's the Buccaneers rookie card.
And he's already broke the record.
A.J. Brown.
He's already broken records.
Travis Kelce, for those that are lovers of KC.
The Tannehill?
So this is kind of brutal.
It's very base.
This is kind of brutal. Not gonna lie, I don't know.
It doesn't. It
You haven't
doesn't-
raised your voice yet.
Look at that. It's front and back.
Well,
Does that mean we're getting something big?
I don't know. You wince the bed on one side.
You wince the bed. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's his.
What do we got here? Ben DiNucci.
Oh, everybody needs
the
some
Nooch
Nucci in his
We
life.
got the Nooch. Baker Mayfield.
that's what nobody needs.
4 of 5.
Yep.
Just made $1 million.
Just throw it on the floor.
4 of 5. Guess what?
Garbage
Taking
pail
pictures.
kids.
We are posing with it. Arm around Baker.
I don't even know if you can
What's
get
that?
$5 for that.
Oh, we're getting at least 10 for this one.
Like, the Brownies, they got double-digit wins, and guess where they're
It's
going to
4
be?
of 5.
Yeah, bro.
Double-digit wins,
We might even get an enchilada from next door.
and they're going to be watching the playoffs just like Cincinnati.
Chimichanga.
And then, of course, the other card.
The
that-
Mahomie.
It's Playmakers Mahomes.
That one's about $5 million.
$500. So
US.
basically, Stacy, we're eating steak dinner the rest of the week.
You could sell that for a Torkelson autograph straight across. Just trade it.
I got a Torgado. in the
Is that
case.
it's like Sharknado, Tornado?
Tarknado. I call him Tarknado.
Tarknado.
How do you feel about it? He's a baseball player for the Tigers.
C.
He's white though.
So Tony's kind of like, it's like being in,
No,
the,
see.
in the home. We have to help him out a little bit. I don't know if we're getting the advantage of T-Mall here.
No, we're getting.
Playmakers, Minka Fitzpatrick.
He is a playmaker.
That was super poopy.
Elite.
Just above OPG hockey or below?
We're running. Well,
That might
that's a
be-
little bit above. O-Pee-Chee's pretty bad. This is T-Mall bad. Stacy, it was T-Mall bad. You know what that means?
that was worse. Than,
$986 for jack crap.
But it's an affordable football
But it's
product.
an affordable football product. That is true.
So if we packed that out,
$20.
$20 a pack.
Yep.
So that's the same as what Elite is right now, right? The base box.
Correct.
Heritage
But
baby.
I got a status 4 of 5 Baker and a Playmakers Patty Mahomes. That is, how did you classify the bumpy card? Embossed.
No.
The bumpiness. Oh yeah, and the DK we could put in the case for $10.
Sexy.
Not really, but we'll move on from this. All right.
You won't get those minutes back.
Why don't you? You can just rip the FanDuel, get it out of the way while you got
You
your
want to
gloves
do it right
on.
now?
You got
Let's
your
do
gloves
it.
on.
I got another pair, but shit, Tony's in a hurry. Let's do this.
Nobody's in a hurry.
Nobody's in a hurry.
Are you in a hurry?
Just rip it.
Just
Do you have an appointment?
JC Potter, man, or Harry Potter, whatever the guy's name is.
We're tired of Potter winning. There's one more week of
God, he's
the
probably-
NFL.
he's probably
Let's
gotta
do
FanDuel.
FanDuel then.
he probably has an entire analytical team.
Bowman's best.
So he ripped and he scored just on the Saturday
it's
games.
probably an auto. Joey Votts,
Vato Loco.
Buster Posey,
Oh,
Dan Vogelbach in the Husky Schmedium.
And give him an auto.
Look at that. Daxton Fulton to 150. Not
150.
150. It's 150.
That's 150 cent.
And then we have Nolan Arenado
Refract. Hey, got an auto.
Daxton Fulton to 150.
We will take it.
I'm down with the kid lingo.
But yeah, Potter just this FanDuel thing. I don't know how he pins it down. I don't the logic of the people he picked this week. I couldn't even figure. Leonard Fournette.
Wasn't he like heavy on?
He had 4 Tampa
Bucks?
Bay, and Brady. He
You know what's freaking?
and Brady didn't even play the whole game.
You know what's hilarious about this is you were one of the biggest football fans
Yes,
I've ever
know.
met.
But then that's why people like
But
they
holy
enjoy it so much
shit,
more when they
like-
beat me
Holy buckets, Batman!
because they know how much I take it seriously.
All right, here we go. We got Mike Moustakas. He looks very healthy.
The moose is on the loose.
We have look at Edgar. Edgar.
That's
So
a nice one.
Yeah, it's feel good.
before we get into the best of the
Randall
recent
Grichuk. Yeah.
MLB trades, Blake Snell to the Padres,
You Darvish to the
Darvish
Pirates.
to the
Pirates.
Padres. Did he get an auto in this too?
Josh Van Meter red.
Oh, a little color.
Yeah, a little
Coordinate.
a little sexy. And then we got the Wizard, Ozzie Smith.
There we go. He likes
And-
throwbacks.
Noah, I love Thor, Syndergaard.
But yeah, those Padre trades, man, they also got the Korean infielder.
Can you
I
say that
can't
out loud?
pronounce. I can't pronounce his name. Kim.
Wu Manchu.
Kwang Kim?
Yeah, it was something Kim.
Kwang Kim.
But I
You
still
know who my favorite is? Shogo Akiyama.
Yep, I see.
Shogo Akiyama.
That's
Damedegatsu.
the Bowman's best card that I want is the Japanese flag, the Shogo card, just to represent. I like that card.
You want to represent the Japanese.
I am
Situation.
Japanese, so I'd love to
You
represent.
heard that here first, folks.
Straight
D-Mags.
fresh.
D-Mags. So how do you feel about the strain over in Japan? Is that cramping your travel styles?
No, I've yet to visit. My heritage is back there. I got grandma's family, but I've never been there
I
personally.
actually lived there as a kid. Don't remember a lot, but I remember a little. Anybody
Haseon
care?
Kim.
Anybody care?
there.
Haseon Kim.
Haseong Kim.
All right.
All right, let's get to the best of the business.
We're going to talk a little bit first, though, about. So one of the things that we've highlighted on this show repeatedly, and this is going to require everybody's attention, I think.
check.
We've talked about how it's been kind of a tough thing for collectors today, right? Prices of stuff, outrageous.
Yep.
How do we combat that? But I wanted to talk about this topic because I don't want everybody to think that when we discuss it, we are different from our consumer brethren, right? Mm-hmm. So we have incidents where we get gouged as much as the end consumer gets gouged, right?
By whom?
By we're assuming our distributors and
middleman.
the manufacturer, but the middleman mostly is responsible for it. Case in point, yesterday we had to do a big reorder. We look at the prices of Obsidian football, and for us to reorder it, it jumped over $300 per box in a 5-day period.
And that's pretty much double what you were selling it, just shy of double of what you were selling
Correct.
it for.
And inflation doesn't work that fast.
But the product you were going to be lucky if you got the return in the first,
correct
price.
Now but the thing that really floored me about it was cheaper for me to buy them from David Adams, paying full retail, than it was to get them from my own distributor.
And that's because of their direct connection with the
This
companies,
is the first time that has ever happened. So I don't know what is a result of it. All I know is it didn't feel good when it happened.
Well, let's hope it's not the trending.
The first time is always rough.
It bite the ear, hope for the best, right? But the problem is if this is a trend, the business is on its last leg then.
But sometimes I wonder if it's like more reaction.
Unless you got deep pockets.
Reaction than planned, Are they just scaling and feeling everything out, like feeling the market themselves and seeing, okay, let's see how much we can get. Okay, no, they didn't bite, so maybe I'll cut back a little bit.
I think there's a little bit of that.
There's got to be a little.
You don't think it's a lot of like, let's see what we can pull on these guys?
I don't think they have a game plan. Like, I do agree that they probably, hey, I got 500 boxes sitting here. How much can I get when I order? Oh, sorry, you can only get 15.
What do you think, Stacy? You deal with the ordering directly. You need to weigh in on this subject because you actually are more versed in it than I am. So I just know by what you tell me.
Are they planned? Is this something that they have it envisioned after your first reorder? They already know that price, or is it once you call?
I think they wait to see what the market's doing.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to pull your pants down and get you.
But isn't it kind of strange with a product like Obsidian? Wouldn't you have done that with Mosaic or even Prism? But you chose Obsidian and Bowman's Best to stick it in and break it off.
And she's just thinking that.
Yeah.
She's just thinking that. It's not as if.
Well, because they want to give answers.
They don't answer your questions.
Because it's management, it's not our rep. And
They're
I
just
asked
passing the buck.
our rep the other day.
So he can just shrug his shoulders,
getting
I guess?
ridiculous.
I don't know.
And he's like, well, unfortunately, it's management, and management says they either want it from us, or they're going to go without, or they're going to go somewhere else. And then the other people with that order from us will just have more of it. Or there's somebody else lined up next waiting to get an account.
A little bullying.
They need the Costco mindset. That Costco dog has never went
To
past
lose
the
that
$1.50.
lose that $50 million on chicken alone.
That buck,
exactly.
But that $1.50 on that hot dog, they're never going to change it. They want that business, but these people are going to gouge you and see, hey, there's always somebody else.
I think the biggest misconception in this business is if you're an LCS owner, which Stacy and I are, okay, and if you own your product, you've got to have deep pockets. And it is true for some LCS owners. There are some guys that they've got money. Doesn't really matter to them. In principle, they might say something, right? Because they don't want to look.
But I feel like
and by deep pockets, you're talking about keeping the business afloat, keeping the rent paid.
If they needed to dip in their personal money
to get by,
they can afford to do.
But I also feel like the people, those LCS owners with the deep pockets, probably don't have the same passion and integrity, I would almost say, in their business.
Correct.
Altogether.
But I say unionize. I say these card LCSs should unionize somehow, some way.
I couldn't because, and I thought about that because you made the comment the last episode, and I thought about that hard, and I'm going to be honest with you. We deal with a lot of scumbags that are LCS owners.
Yeah,
There's a lot of guys that are nefarious as shit, and I would not want to be in a union with these guys.
I feel like it's too competitive of a market. Like, yes, you are all LCS owners, but you all bring a different.
We talk
But instead of one
stance.
person voicing, Stacy voicing her opinion or her all these guys get together at least for them to, as a.
But if
as a
it's an
combined
LCS
effort,
owner with a deep pockets and he doesn't give a damn and he wants to see
then you
somebody,
leave those guys out.
but he wants to see somebody like Jimmy struggle, so he shuts down, and the guy with deep pockets now has
Sure,
you
he
know,
has the
all
market corner and
territory.
he's monopolizing, right?
So I feel like that's it would be hard to buddy up.
So Stacy didn't raise a quitter. Like I was gonna say my mom, but my mom didn't raise me to be like this. It was Stacy that. I mean, we just we talked about this when the COVID shutdown happened, right? Do we just give in? Is it easier?
No.
Yes, it would be easier, right? Fold up the tent. I quit.
I know-
I can't do it. Blah blah blah. Right?
Mentally, I don't think you could walk away with
It would
that
be
thought
tough.
process. Yeah.
It would be tough. Now, the thing that pisses me off, though, is we know LCS owners who, even during the COVID shutdown, it was okay for them not to order, right? They were, I will pay my rent out of my pocket. We will weather it until the governor, and it was infinite wisdom, and I'm sorry I didn't wear my governor shirt tonight. But, we'll just wait until it's over, and then we'll go from there. Well, fine and dandy, but some of us can't do that, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the incident with like Obsidian and Bowman's Best, I mean, I want to say this and I want to say it as elegantly as I can, but I'm gonna stumble on it.
Just
Pisses me off to no end because we actually give a shit about what goes on in the industry.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of us. We give a flying F as to what happens. I feel it when the consumer has an issue. When people are priced out of product, that bugs the living crap out of me. And so we do everything that we can to help soften that blow, right? Come in under what current retail prices are, this and that. But when we then have to deal with it, which we all the time, but this is...
Sometimes it's easier to
kind of
soften the
move
blow.
on from than this one. This one was a particular stick it in, break it off.
Well, and for Bowman's Best, it's
Stick it in
such,
dry.
such an affordable product for the market right now, and the quality of product being affordable like that, I felt like that's when you don't want to see.
But see,
get
I'm used to
gouged for.
having shitty profit margins. I'm used to that.
Yeah.
In this business, there are times you're only making $20 over what you paid for a box. That happens quite frequently.
You gotta
I have no problem with that.
sell those single cards.
Right, but the point of where I can go to another card shop,
Yeah.
pay their retail price lower than what my distributor is offering them to me, that's when it freaked me out.
And
That's
their
when I
retail
kind of
price,
lost control.
Their retail price and their markup is probably pretty substantial, so they're making a lot of profit just on you.
Correct.
Going to buy from them,
Which is
so-
even cheaper than what our
Yeah.
so
it's
a conundrum
it's a
that
bad
gives me a
chain.
headache. But we want to make sure, and we're talking about this subject matter in particular because we want everybody to know that when we talk about an issue, it's not that we are just looking at it from the outside, guessing or assuming what you as the consumer have to deal with.
Yeah.
We are experiencing a lot of the same things that you guys are experiencing. And so don't feel like we don't understand that.
It makes me think of a quote from a movie that I saw. It's an old movie. It's a great movie.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
No, Mr.
Little
Mom.
Mermaid.
If you guys
Oh.
remember the movie Mr. Mom,
No.
you guys ever seen
Oh,
Mr.
yes.
Mom? There's a famous quote.
Michael Keaton, baby.
Exactly. And there was a famous quote, right? And it had to deal with Schooner Tuna. And the owner of Schooner Tuna said, when this crisis is over, because they lowered the prices on their product. When this crisis is over, we'll go back to our regular prices. Until then, remember, we're all in this together. Schooner Tuna, the tuna with a heart. And I feel like that's kind of like turf and dirt.
So we're the tuna with the heart.
Yes.
The dirt with the heart.
Because they were like, we're going to lower the prices. And you think these guys out there, because right now, the economy is,
a bag of
you got it.
Is it?
The mall's still packed.
I'm just
Oh,
going to
yeah.
say, like, wait a minute.
Everybody
like,
has money to spend.
I hear
Yeah.
that the economy sucks, but we've had good sales this last week. I don't see where it sucks.
But see, so like for an
Or
example,
should I say people aren't making money because of the layoffs and
but
whatnot.
I think there's
Oh, they are, I guess. with
you're
the
getting
stimulus.
you're getting a chunk of people who may be without a job or getting the stimulus money, or on unemployment. But like,
And didn't they just vote a new stimulus
yeah,
package?
that's still all hairy. There's like a $2,000
Yeah.
for $600. Who knows what we're gonna get? Just roll a dice. We might get in the middle. But like my sister, she works for T-Mobile. Been there for X amount of years. Because they're merged.
Dude, your hat is fly, by the way.
It's a gorgeous hat, but man, it's a little tight. It was
Not as fly as that nose
forward.
thing.
But
The bowl.
They-
It's kind of like you're letting yourself know when
because
you're
of
the bowl in the
everything
room.
going on right now, they increased my sister's salary like substantially. It's a huge
Because of the issues out in the world.
yeah, because of
T-Mobile, baby.
everything going on. The clientele that they got to deal with, everything, and she's working from home. But damn near doubled her salary to work from home, and then so it's like those people. So there are people who are their income has increased, substantially.
Of course, because they laid
So-
off half their staff and they have money.
Those people are now
overhead now is
in the
decreased.
market, and
Overhead's
they're the
decreased.
ones spending all the money in the mall. But yeah, it's a hard world to be in.
We've been, but that's the interesting thing is I've been hearing economy is bad since the first COVID shutdown, right?
yeah.
And we've seen a rise in sales, not a dip. Now I know, obviously people are going to set aside money for entertainment, right? We always hear that in a crisis, and it was like that during the Depression, right? Things that were entertainment were the last to fall by the wayside.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
People need that.
we're in an
outlet.
entertainment outlet, so we're going to be one of the last ones to feel the bad economy situation. But how bad is it? Because I've seen it from March to today, and we are almost at the end. We're 2 days away from the end of 2020, and I have more sales now than I did in March. But that entire time has been a super bad economy.
Could that be that your clientele has grown over that time because there's been
Could be.
more Instagram, more more following, more word of mouth because people have more free time, and
Could be.
That's it's just
And
been
is
a
it
domino
just your industry
effect.
or across the board?
I
All
don't know
industries.
that answer.
Right.
I mean,
But I see restaurants shutting down,
I do too.
left and right.
I'm at
Restaurants been around for 100
Costco
years.
and I stock, so
Yeah.
I'm there first thing in the morning, and I can tell drastically how bad the day
Well,
before
consumables
was.
are always going to be needed.
And that's the thing is, I stock consumables. I stock the produce department, and I walk in, and I'm like, well, shit, I don't have nothing to do today.
I'm there twice a week. dude.
Nothing. I'm like, I don't have
Do you
anything.
buy toilet paper each time?
Every time.
Every
I
time.
was like, I don't have anything
Just
to
one.
stock. So a big place like that, it is actually seeing a dip in.
Yeah, but
and
you
we're
and-
open for more hours.
But you and
too.
your wife also own a small business in this community,
and it's been a struggle more so for the people who are fearing the COVID.
okay.
So we haven't really struggled. We're still about average. I'd say we lose every once in a while to somebody saying, "Hey, my kid's sick. It's probably safe that you don't come."
Sure.
Or hey, I got husband had to test and we're waiting for his results. So we've had a lot of those issues. We haven't really lost anybody because of like the fear of just don't come until COVID's over type
Plus,
thing.
the borders are shut down. Typically, you guys get hammered with Canadian customers.
For Costco, yeah.
For
I
Costco,
that's,
for
yeah,
I'm
that's
saying for
huge.
Or the other one, you get hammered with Canadian customers too.
Actually, we were getting like East Coast people who were calling and like, we're sorry, we don't travel.
New Jersey guys
Yeah,
be
we-
like, hey,
it-
can you come and do mine? No.
It was wild.
It's 1 a.m. We're still closed.
Yeah.
I'm just a stock guy.
Well, that was the tough thing for us when the border shut down, right? I mean, number one, you always hated to battle
The
extra
traffic.
people in Costco.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
sucked,
Yeah,
right?
That many.
Parking was brutal.
Parking sucked too, but I actually miss our Canadian brethren to the north.
I
Like,
would be
it's
curious
tough,
what's
but-
going to happen. Like, I want to be at the border when they open it. Just see what
Like
it
it's a
looks-
garage door. They're just gonna open
It's
it.
gonna be
up.
like at Mervin's commercial. Open, open,
Yep.
open.
And for
Oh,
me,
I
I can't wait.
remember
I'll be
that.
the one car going back that way.
What
Hockey.
what I am excited about is the minute they open that border, that makes it a step closer for us to travel to see a Vancouver Canadians baseball game
Or Canucks.
or Canucks. I would love to take and meet.
Kraken Canucks.
So
game.
Elias,
How about the BC Lions, dude?
Who's Elias?
you don't know? Oh my gosh, you need to come correct next time. Number 40 with the Canucks.
Oh,
Go ahead and Google it.
no. Hey
So-
Siri, who's Elias?
I thought it was Cincy.
Since
Isn't it Cincy?
I don't follow.
Okay. Anyway, so let's get to our best of topic. So enough of that. We're going to talk about the best of or the top 10 things that have
Tie with sports
impacted
cards.
the sports card market this year. I think it's a great topic. Do you think it's a great topic?
Fantastic. Sponsored
Sure.
by Lids.
So we sent out the list.
Mm-hmm. And we checked it twice.
We did, and I appreciated you coming up front saying this is a hard one to.
It is. I mean,
Did we get one from you?
I more so
we did not.
No.
I more so was on the side of like what happened in the sports world that I felt that maybe stuck out a little bit or was a shining moment, I guess.
So there are certain times that sports card and sports world are intertwined within one. This kind of topic, I think, is one of those where sports card and sports world are pretty.
They had to go
lock
hand
in
in hand
step,
to a
right?
certain
Yeah.
extent. Yeah.
I think the biggest one and number one on my list is the death of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. I mean, he
one of
got
the-
out when the time was good.
It's one of those things that, do you remember where you were when you found out kind of thing? We were here.
I was in my living room.
We were
Same
ripping
vibe.
on Instagram. Somebody said, hey, this is breaking news. I didn't believe them at first. We had to turn on ESPN. Even turning on ESPN at the time hadn't broke the news yet.
I was getting fake. I was like positive it was fake Twitter. That's what I was.
We thought it was fake too.
Yeah, I was like, "This is fake news, ha ha ha!"
And
then
then-
all the other people who were dying in the plane crash too. And
I switched over to Fox News, and then they cut in with
the actual
breaking
image.
news, and they showed the down helicopter. And I wasn't a Kobe fan ever. My heart broke. I couldn't believe it. I was depressed for a couple days.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough. It was a really hard one for my household. Just, I mean, I feel like for anybody, you watch the guy grow, like from a child to a man and a family man at that too.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan at all, man, and it shook me to the core. And like all I can think about throughout the days leading up to everything after the fact and all the memorials and the other athletes talking, it just stuck with me. Like, I mean, I couldn't shake it. I could not shake it. For a person who doesn't, I'm not a fan of the Lakers at all, and I'm not definitely wasn't a fan of Kobe. As great as he was, I respected him, but it was like, it was like I couldn't clear my mind at any given time, no matter what.
It bugged me. I didn't know why, right? I mean, I knew it bothered me, but I couldn't quite put a finger on why, because I wasn't a Laker fan. I watched Kobe in passing, but and it wasn't until I got a chance, it made me stop, because he was a father, right? Mm-hmm. You're a father, I'm a father, you're a father. His kids are important, right?
And he lost a child.
He lost a child with him. That it made me stop and go, I need to know more about this man, because the world is hurting, and it can't be for just a normal person.
Right.
He has to be fairly significant. And so it forced me to learn about Kobe Bryant. And I understood the cheating on his wife and the issue he had early on in his career, right? Mm-hmm. Which damaged his reputation in the beginning. He bounced back from it, and he became a Laker legend in the end.
Man, I don't know, this topic just really got me.
But it made me study it. And one of the things, and I wasn't expecting it, but Stacy bought me the book, Black Mamba.
The Mamba mentality.
The Mamba mentality, right? And I read through it, and a lot of it's about basketball. It's about how to dribble, how to rebound. Mm-hmm. But there was half of it that was how to tackle life. And it was when we were fairly new shop-wise. Yeah. And I read through that, and that helped shape who I am today as a business person.
Wow.
Mamba mentality. For somebody that I was not affected by, did not watch, was not a fan of. And you know me, I'm fairly selective on who I'm going to wear a jersey of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kobe Bryant, I would put that on and not think twice.
Yeah, no,
like I said, I had him on my mind so much, thinking about him and his daughter. But there was a point where that kind of sadness kind of turned into a little bit of anger, when it was like the focus was on, Kobe and his daughter, but it seemed like everybody left out everybody else who passed away in that plane, on that helicopter.
And that's going to happen due to the
popularity,
the popularity of
how
Kobe.
special he was. But
yeah, I mean, if I was on that plane and nobody mentioned my name, I'd be okay with that. Like, nobody knows who I am. That's fine.
Right. No, they do now. Though.
I don't care.
Well, they'd find that thing in your nose.
The biggest issue I have is
kind of stuck on that.
It's lingering. His death is still lingering right now.
His
mother-in-law is suing his wife. Like, she is she is in the process of suing.
So Kobe's mother-in-law is
is
suing
her daughter.
her own daughter.
Her own daughter, because Kobe had made a statement when he was alive that he was going to take care of her.
Of Kobe's mother-in-law.
And now that he's passed, his wife wasn't
the daughter.
The daughter is not following through with Kobe's promise, and so she is suing her own daughter.
So her own daughter won't take care of her own mother. The wife won't even take care of her own mother.
No, but not to the extent that she
I
wants.
got you.
She wants the pampering of everything she was going to be given.
My mom expected me to take care of her, I'd get her a McDonald's coupon. That's about as far as I would go. And that would be pay twice as much for the next hamburger.
That really is a pretty raw thing. Like, you feel like in that moment it's still going on.
But at the same time, it kind of shows how much of a shitheel you are as a human, right?
Yeah.
Where money is going to happen, where you are just going to be like, I don't care. I want my piece. I demand my piece. And isn't that what that statement says? I demand my piece.
Entitled is the word. That's
for the mother-in-law.
Yeah, she feels that she deserved something.
Now, the freaky thing for us in the shop, literally a day before Kobe died, I sold a Topps rookie of his for $12. That's what the current market value of his stuff was.
Which is asinine from before his death.
Rookie?
A rookie. Topps rookie.
Ignorant.
Kobe went for $12. He next day literally dies. Stacy and I were forced with it because we had an 8x10 that was autographed. We had a bunch of cards. We were like, what do we do? And close your ears. Some shit asses that live locally, right, who are in the business locally, they came in the day after Kobe died. And I had cards in the case marked at the previous pricing and went, what are you doing? You need to jack them up because there's nothing better in the card industry than somebody dying. Because you can get everything out of it. And I said, no, we're not going to do that. Actually, and I walked back and we pulled all of Kobe's stuff and said, we're going to have a moratorium, 2 weeks. We're not going to sell any more Kobe stuff for 2 weeks. Doesn't matter how much people would offer. And that's a policy we now carry to today. Yeah. Athlete dies, we will not sell a dead athlete's item for 2 weeks after their death.
Especially...
I was pissed, man. I wanted to take a baseball
somebody
bat.
So connected to the current.
Wish I would have been here.
To the current sports world and the sports in the world in general. It's one thing like we just lost, Phil Necro, to lose somebody, an older statesman who's been out of the picture for a while. Mm-hmm. Like I can understand still selling his product, but somebody who was so relevant today, I think that should be.
Well, he was relevant on a global scale.
It should be unanimous.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Necro, you knew him in Atlanta and you knew him in Houston.
Yankees. It should be unanimous for any card industry, for any industry, just to not gouge. And if you're going to sell it for higher dollars, give it a couple of weeks before you start.
The funny part was though, and I knew this was going to happen, but as soon as we pulled the cards, you remember this, Stace? Literally 38 seconds after we moved them from the case, people started coming through the door. Where's your Kobe stuff? Mm-hmm. Where's your Kobe stuff? Like, we're not selling any for 2 weeks. What? I'm going to pay top dollar. I want your... And I'm like, no, we probably turned down thousands of dollars for stuff because we refused to do it. But it was literally like a bat signal in the sky, right? Like retail, right? The minute it's here, for some reason, people... Never seen them before, but they hone in, and here they are.
In February, I went to L.A. in February, and I remember in the evening we went down to see where the Staples Center, and of course it's a night, no basketball game going on, or there was that weekend or something, but it was like I'd never seen so many tables out in front of this, front of the place selling shirts that I had never seen. I mean, copyright infringements went out the door, and these things were selling like they were oxygen. So whoever, and people were, it's going to happen, man.
Dude, I was
they gouge during national disasters.
Oh, yeah.
You buy a gallon, I'll sell you a gallon of water for $30.
Toilet paper.
You won't find
TP,
it here. You won't find it here. We'll actually hand TP out to people. Here's a roll. Here you go. Have fun. Now, one of the things we find, though, is we went to the Alderwood Mall last week? Was that when it was?
Yeah, last Monday.
And there was a guy printing T-shirts, and I wore it for the last episode. It was Legends under the Friends moniker. Mm-hmm. Kobe, LeBron, Michael Jordan, right? I mean, that wouldn't be relevant unless Kobe had passed, right? Because people couldn't stand freaking Kobe or LeBron, or they were polarized in their own corner, right?
See, I got my those are my two. I got.
Oh, so you got one.
You got one.
I mean, I've had these jerseys. I had his Team USA.
Do you have a husky medium size?
Yeah, no,
Sweet.
But I remember the day he passed, I immediately went and I was like, I cannot stand the Lakers. I cannot stand the Lakers. I hate the Lakers, above everybody else. And I was like, I'm going to own a Kobe jersey.
I want
look at
to
that.
as well. Oh, there
I
you
mean,
go.
so it's a
That's
thing.
your daughter?
Yeah, I mean
beautiful.
that's a
You can't tell?
that's a thing in art. Like
Well, she doesn't have a nose ring, but it's his daughter, for crying out loud.
I've
mean,
seen it before.
when my oldest son, when he was 3 months old, we went to Staples Center, watched Kobe play. Then I took him. He was probably 4. We saw Kobe play at Staples or at the Moda Center, the Rose Garden.
It is the Staples where they play, right?
That's where the Lakers,
Staples Center,
But then
yeah,
we
yeah.
saw him play against the Blazers. So I was fortunate enough to see him play twice, once in LA. So that was a cool experience, and it's nice to have that memory. Like what
messed
really
me
awesome.
up though is there was 2 incidents right after Kobe's passing that effed me up. One was watching on ESPN Shaq and Jerry West talk about Kobe. Jerry West is an idol of mine. Like I've been a fan of his for years and
That was
years.
his son.
Right, when he talked about Kobe and he broke down and wasn't
Yeah.
ashamed of bawling,
No.
not just crying,
It was
but bawling hysterically on TV, I lost it.
Yeah, no, I did too.
Tears streaming down my face. And then watching Shaq get choked up and had to leave the set because he could not finish a sentence.
the last
freaked
text
me out.
I
message.
saw that one.
The last text message that was sent to Kobe was from Shaq's kid, from his son Sharif, I believe, had reaching out to Kobe asking him something. So it's like that connection in that family that it was deep. It was beyond teammates. That was, Kobe was uncle to the
Correct.
kids. So it's
Even though they battled
Yeah, but
in their
that's-
career, and there was a period of time they hated each other.
They had rough time, and Shaq, was fortunate he was able to say that and spill all of that inside stuff after everything.
The thing I didn't know, though, is I didn't realize, and this wasn't until Kobe's funeral, I didn't realize how close he was to Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that they
the
had that
connection
kind of
there, no.
connection. But
Yeah.
Jordan is, tears streaming, right? And that came out during the documentary The Last Dance, which is
Yeah.
going to be also on our topic here. But, it was one of those, and Kobe talked about it. I spent a lot of time with Michael talking about my game and how I get to the net, and it's crazy, but that's how you know a real connection, right? Because there was no fanfare about it.
No.
Us as sports people, we had no clue. Like, oh, they had a relationship? And Michael Jordan on TV is bawling his eyes out because he has to give a eulogy for his little brother, Kobe Bryant. So it affected me. And then I knew immediately Kobe's stuff would skyrocket. And
Because-
Kobe's Topps rookie right now is a $300 card.
Yeah.
Just solely
That same $12 card?
that same $12 card is now $300. And that is for the card world, for something to be affected that greatly is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
No, and for it to not be a game impacted, any result impacted besides for it being lost.
And there's very few NBA players that I think fall into that category that are deceased. Because me being the Pistol Pete guy that I am, trying to get his quality stuff of his, the price I can't afford it.
You know what?
It's absurd.
But you know what's going to be crazy is when Michael Jordan passes. Oh my goodness!
I
People's
don't-
heads are going to.
I think it will have, because of age and everything. When he passes, it's not going to.
It's gonna be a
but
Phil
do
Necro.
you think it has to be a death in a tragic way, like the
Yeah.
helicopter crash, or natural causes?
Well, but see,
natural causes. It's not. There won't be no hoopla.
It's-
It would be.
yeah,
He's
it has to be.
gone.
There has to be some sort of.
but the thing
I don't know
was,
what you
though,
He was gone too soon.
And
It
we,
was just-
of course, yeah. We've talked about this before. Kobe was, even after his retirement, he was tied in heavily to the sports card world.
The sports world, tennis,
I mean, but
soccer.
Panini, he was one of their flagship
Yeah.
athletes. And we've covered this on the podcast where when he passed, there was a void in autographs, redemptions
Yeah.
that people were going to be short and what they were going to do. Shame on Panini, by the way. And so, I mean, never has there been an athlete that tied in tragically passes.
Right.
I mean, tragically, like unexpected, boom, here we are, we got to deal with it. And I have to say, I'm forever a Kobe fan based on what I've learned about that man. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's been the biggest impact, both positively and negatively, right? I mean, because we don't want to see Kobe go.
Showed the worst in a lot of people.
Showed the best in some, though.
Yeah, but it definitely shows the worst of that, the snake in the grass card guy.
They are out there. You
They're
should not be
plentiful.
surprised when you see them. They are plentiful. Now, I think the next best of moment
Real quick, I just remember because the Kobe thing. I remember. Do you remember Drazen Petrovic?
No.
You remember him? He died kind of
Suddenly, yeah.
Yeah, suddenly too. And I remember hearing about his passing, and it was kind of like, oh, okay.
He wasn't as plugged in, so it wasn't as like big
Well,
of a
he played
shockwave.
He played for the
But
Nets, and I was in Jersey at the time.
right, I mean, for that region, yes,
yeah, but there's been international
Cliff
guys that have
Robinson.
gone.
sure. Cliff Robinson, Portland Trailblazer, long time.
Survivor contestant.
Yeah,
I mean, you
Was
saw.
he a
I mean,
Survivor
we were
contestant?
talking
Uh-huh.
today about Seo.
Yeah.
That kind of hit a lot of people.
That
too.
was a rough one. But see, unfortunate for his position that he played, like defensive guys.
CTE, you expect.
But defensive guys never really got that type of drastic attention. So like he was for the football fan, he was a big name. But overall, like throughout the world, I mean, besides for the Islander
and football
fanfare,
isn't really an international game
not as basketball
as
is.
basketball.
So I think the next one, and we see this in the card market every year, right? We have hot rookies that affect the market to a certain point. But I think when Zion and Ja
broke the internet.
They crashed
like
servers
Wreck-It
everywhere.
Ralph style.
Right.
I love that movie.
I love
Like,
it too.
I've never seen the kind of fanfare that those two rookies put into the card market before the COVID burp or throw up or stimulus or whatever you want to call it, because card market was already on a rise.
Yeah.
Due to them. The hype was real,
Sure.
right? And this is before COVID shut down. And they were experiencing unprecedented highs, and then all of a sudden, our governor, I stopped myself, decided to shut everything down. Stimulus checks, nobody working, everybody at home. The casino guys,
Lockdowns.
the casino guys looking for that high,
That gambling itch.
which the Zion, and then the COVID part all goes together.
Yeah.
Like will forever be known as the COVID rookie to me. Zion will be known as the COVID rookie. Does that suck for them?
No.
LaMelo Ball to me.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
For COVID? Mm-hmm. Wasn't he in Australia at the time?
But
Not back then.
we're
I'm
still
talking in the draft.
We're still
like this year. Still in the
I
draft.
get where he's coming from, but yes, Ja and Zion are the epitome of
Sure.
The
But they
COVID
had all the
rookie.
fanfare. They had the draft. They had the parties.
They
had
did.
The thing.
They had March
the
Madness
public.
and-
They had it all.
They just happened. Their timing of being rookies exploded because the people were at home.
Can you
and
imagine
they-
if it would have been like '83, that quarterback class of '83,
The
with
Marino
Marinos and the
Elways,
Elways and
yeah.
all those guys? Nowadays, that would have been huge.
Let me ask you though, do
the Burrows and Tuas and Herberts?
do you
Ain't
look
just as
at
much.
Ja and Zion negatively?
no.
No,
You don't?
no.
So you think their hype, everything that was put behind that wrecking ball of? I mean, I'm a Ja Morant fan,
Well, but the
I
thing-
mean,
The thing is that yes, Ja and Zion were the building blocks to it all, but then
I throw RJ in there too.
all those other rookies that surround
because he's a Nick.
Tyler Hero and Rui, all the other guys who came behind. That it wasn't just those two. It was any hot
the class?
rookie. Yeah, it was the hot rookie
Can I-
class, the rookie of the moment.
Do you think though that they would have experienced the unprecedented highs without the COVID.
No, I don't think the rest of them would have. No,
But you think John Zion would have still?
I think they still would. You would have still saw
I
the peak of their,
I
the high
concur.
points of theirs.
Really?
But I don't. The rest of them, I feel like, got more of that fanfare because of everything going on.
But it's always about the 1, 2, and 3 pick or 1
Yeah,
or 2
oh,
pick,
yeah.
you know,
I mean,
Sure.
or some 14-year-old kid coming out of high school.
but then you
playing
got
in
like the
NBA.
baseball. You got Luis Robert. Kyle Lewis was sort of the came out of
Unanimous
nowhere.
rookie of the year, by the way.
But
But did those guys go through the minor league system to get to us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big leagues, where these players out of the NBA, you're going
Yeah,
straight
that
to
was
the show,
fresh.
and you're
you were thrown
You're getting
into
thrown to
the
the
wolves.
jinx you by the
Wow.
monster drink
How
throttle
does that?
party.
That just happens.
1, 2, 3.
Negative,
Yeah.
positive.
Oh, there we go.
Negative.
Okay,
negative.
so I think, and then tied into that, I think what was a huge high, right? All 4 major sports playing at the same time.
And that was
Coming out of that shutdown
for the
was hockey, basketball, baseball, and football all going at the same
The
time.
nation
And I don't
of-
like that at all.
the nation of ADD. That is
No,
bad.
I'm all over the board, and I don't know what to do.
It was weird because we're at Buffalo Wild Wings, and in each TV was a different sport. I didn't know what to freaking look at.
Exactly. Even now, I'm like, it's like,
That's
is
where,
this
yeah,
even real?
I can't.
And then once again, leading back to what I said earlier, I can't stand that fake fan noise in the background.
Yeah.
I'd rather hear the players
You
talking
know what
trash.
tripped me out though is yesterday's game in the football. Like every touchdown, the fan noise, the cheering increased in volume.
Spiritually.
How the hell
In some
does-
of these stadiums, they do.
spiritually?
They have some
I'd rather
fans.
in that game yesterday. I would have much rather had all the noise drowned down and see
Heard them.
Belichick when he threw that phone against the
Oh
wall.
God, that was hysterical.
And I was like, wait
I-
a second.
Did Belichick throw a phone against the wall?
Oh man,
challenged-
on national
I missed
TV.
that.
He challenged a play.
No, he was told. I
Well,
think
he
it
was told to challenge it, but when it was like obvious that it
wasn't.
not going to be on his side, and when he was on the call, when they were getting ready to announce it, he grabbed the phone and he just chucks it against the blue.
I mean, he slammed it
That's
against
awesome.
the thing. Yeah, it was great,
God.
great.
To see him show emotion like that was
And then they showed Josh
pretty
Allen another
fantastic.
TD pass to Diggs.
But you know what's crazy is the fact that Brady leaves, right? And Gronk. I don't think Gronk was a contributor
No.
to the.
But the connection
Patriots at all.
of them not making the playoffs
But
and Brady making the playoffs.
leaving, and now Tampa Bay is a playoff team, and New England has suffered their worst record in over
Yes.
a decade. I mean, that's brutal.
But they also talked about the fact. Now I heard this last night at the game or post game or pre game,
what kind
whatever.
of hat you got on, by the way?
Seattle Kraken, baby.
Oh, is that a thing?
It will be if you
It
don't have,
will.
I mean, it will be with no fans, I'm sure. But
Do you
they
think
were saying, they were
2021 is
saying,
going to be no fans? Do you believe that?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the thing that I heard yesterday was they were talking about. Now you got me lost track. But they were talking about how many Patriot players, because remember, you got
Oh,
the one thing we're
they-
forgetting about
they
is some
had-
of the players opted out.
They had the most
They
players.
had the most
opt out.
starters opt out of
I mean,
the season.
Patrick Chung is their,
Hightower. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
Hightower.
huge.
But Chung was their big leader on
You
the
know,
defensive side.
But
that
they had
hurt.
the most players opt out of playing this year because of the COVID.
Yeah.
Whether they're getting paid or not, I have no idea.
So, coming out of COVID, right? All 4 major sports are going. So we got drama linked up to
Yeah.
that. Did you guys notice that during the COVID thing that there was an explosion in social media? Like social media posts, and it seemed to pretty much go when it came to cards anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, because we had a lot of people at home. People were buying stuff because
Yeah,
of
I-
stimulus checks.
I don't know. See, for me, it's hard because just being brought back into the hobby in this time,
oh, you weren't in it?
I was in it, but not like this. No.
Okay, because
He's basically by that look, he wants an explanation. As
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
because
no.
it's what brought me to Jimmy and Turf and Dirt.
Yeah. Well,
what
it,
did.
The whole fact when I caught on to like what was going on social media with the
I
postcards.
I started
Cosmic
get-
Games? Did you go over there first?
No.
Oh.
I started getting
Straight to
back
Turf and
into
Dirt.
it, but unfortunately, it wasn't in this shop. So
Oh,
There you go.
snap! And
There
you
you go.
regret every minute
And
of
I
it,
regret-
don't you? Look at that,
I
baby.
regret
That's
it.
how it roll. We roll down here at the T and the D.
But so I don't know if there was an influx of social media. I can't, say for sure that it was like, oh man,
And-
now the cards are booming.
And I was also trying to stay off of social media because everything was just a pour out of negativity.
Oh yeah, that's
You're
fact.
trying
So I
to
was,
stay off of social media.
Off of social
Really?
media, yeah.
It's like
I mean,
abstinence.
I was still stalking you guys.
Abstinence
Oh,
is
my
key.
goodness. Not in certain areas. But, So one of the things I noticed was there was a lot of
Look at
how do I put this?
big hits.
There
like
was a lot of big nuts
flexing?
cards getting put up.
flexing.
Big hit, happy body.
Big hit, really, Mr. Baseball, the little
Thank you.
thingy.
We're the only ones that. I mean, it's a.
I mean, that's past your generation.
Yeah, I
but
was gonna say you guys got old.
big hit, happy
Thank
body in the balloons, and he's in the samurai thing. And he's like,
Oh,
you know?
okay.
Yeah.
Now,
1988.
It took me a second. That was who I was named after. It was
Really?
Magnum PI.
Magnum PI,
You're talking about
Magnum.
Tom Selleck, yeah.
D-Mags, then that is where
I
the
believe
mags
it.
comes from.
And I look at
believe
him
it
and
too.
I believe it.
Magnum.
Yeah.
Magnum's a real thing with you.
Oh man, 5 kids.
Thing.
Facts. Oh.
Hello.
Back
So
check.
that's one of the thing I noticed
False
is there
news.
was a lot of big nut stuff going on the internet.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
There was a lot of, hey, look at this. You know,
But right away.
Right away.
But you didn't have this place yet, or you did? That was February.
Turf and Dirt?
Turf
Yes.
No,
Dirt.
Turf and Dirt was here.
Okay.
But we were 25% social media. We were 75% everything in store.
Right.
And so we were very much aware of the uptick
Yeah.
in
A what?
So uptick. That's different than a downtick or different than the ticks you're used to. But an uptick in social media posts, and it wasn't just like, hey, I got a pack of cards, yay for me. It was big nuts, you know, Zion Williamson, right? Ja Morant, Silver Prism, you know, $1,000 kind of shit, right? Like,
But that's the current. That's the.
It is now.
But it's the generation we're in. That's what I'm saying. It's called flexing.
is that what it is?
Now he's dropping some knowledge on us.
But that's what everybody's doing. That's their.
How does
their,
FOMO
If you ask
fit into that?
my son, he would keep saying, "Dad, why you always got to keep flexing? Why are you flexing?"
But flexing was a good and a bad thing.
I mean, flexing is what made the flood of people to run to retail. They got to go hurry up. Now they want to get in, and they're going to get in the quickest way possible.
We had a certain
Because prior
trickle
to
through
that, I'm
Turf and
sorry.
Dirt.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying there was a flood to retail, but we had a trickle in here.
Yeah.
It was a little tributary
down the leg.
stream. Yeah.
Because
it
like
was-
every time we went retail, the retail shopping, and I remember, I mean, the shelves were packed with all the sports, you know,
Right.
whatever. And I would remember telling my kids, "Oh yeah, I used to collect those. I used to collect that," and it was like nothing. Nothing was moving. Not a box, not a pack, not anything.
My cherry was Gypsy Queen. I went and I was like, when I got back in, I was like, hey, I like the look of Gypsy Queen. I bought 7 blasters at one time from Target.
7 times 20, that's 140. Man, you're dropping it hard. Yeah.
But
So today, when I happened to go through Walmart, the shelves are empty.
there was nothing there. I was there today too.
Well, this is down at Mount Vernon.
Oh,
So you weren't.
I know
there.
where all the retail in Mount Vernon or Marysville goes. It goes to the other shop down there because he had no hobby product.
Can you believe that? A hobby shop that just stocked only
Retail.
retail.
Okay, so
you
the
don't know if he's
price,
saying it.
and this caught my eye because I've never really paid attention to blaster pricing because it's always $19.99, right?
yeah.
Okay, this is under the empty box of Prism blasters. $42.48. And then I was like, okay, wait a minute. So I had
That's
to
a
double
mega.
check that. No, it was the blasters.
What?
They jacked the price up.
At Walmart?
They must have jacked the price up or they've just jacked the price to begin with
At Walmart?
at Walmart.
Hot damn. Yeah, I was at Walmart today shopping, and I happened to walk by, and that was definitely
This is your Bellingham. I'm showing him some photos of that I took. I didn't send it to Stacy, but
the Bellingham Target.
Bellingham Target.
Yeah, so all the good stuff is behind the counter at customer service, and it's limited.
And I just
onesie.
learned that last episode.
Oh yeah, it's all
Are you conscious when we do these shows?
it's
or-
all behind customer
Yeah,
service,
you
and it's
get
a
one at a time.
one blaster. But yeah,
That's a big uno.
but at the beginning of the year or in April or so, I mean, whatever was on the shelf, I was snatching up.
But the thing
now
too,
it's not
though,
a thing.
so you look at the social media posts, and there's an obvious uptick
Yep,
in that.
big tip.
But at the same time,
He's flexing.
what ended up happening was unemployment checks on the rise, right? Stimulus checks are now being issued to everybody.
People flexing that cash.
And people needed to spend money. And that was a good and a bad thing. We benefited from that influx, but at the same time,
It was like acid reflux.
It was like the food was good going down,
and it just
but then it
starts
kind
coming
of
back
hit you
up.
But
back
once again,
up.
it falls back to they were spending it on entertainment.
Yeah,
They were.
Whatever the case may be.
And it's funny because most of the traditionalists that go, "Hey, how's your shop doing?" "Oh, we're having record numbers." Yeah, because that's your entertainment. You know, during the Depression, the Great Depression of the 30s, the last thing to go were like the movie theaters, and
that was the
we
first.
met there.
We already lost the movie theaters.
because we were what
we were pushing a Model A somewhere.
right. We were
Had no
like
gas.
knee high to a grasshopper during the Great Depression.
Exactly.
We were chasing for that quarter.
According to
We were
him.
chasing
According to
tobacco.
D-Max.
We were chasing tobacco cards
There you
back in
go.
the day. But I
Those are
mean,
still a thing.
But I'm gonna, all those things led to the health of turf and dirt today.
So yeah, so
You
it's
can
that,
criticize
all
them
the
all
negative
you want, but
built
all the
this
negative
positive.
did build this giant kingdom of positiveness.
Imagine if you sold toilet paper. Oh my God.
Oh man!
Imagine
it would
if
be
you
great.
knocked down these
You
walls.
talk about record-breaking years.
If you can just push down these walls,
Oh, could that be a possibility? Maybe we'll see.
But record-breaking would be, you'll figure out next year compared to this year, if it's a record-breaking year. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're basing
I mean,
it off of
we're-
your startup.
we're basing. Yeah, I mean, oh man, we are a startup, aren't we?
I'm
Is
not,
that how
I'm
that-
not trying to get you rolling. I'm just trying to,
You get me drooling?
rolling. I said.
Rolling. Oh. Well, I
But
mean, sales numbers are sales numbers, right? I mean,
Right.
we
They're
can be
great.
considered a startup, but yeah, I mean, we're, running
It's
circles.
been a
around.
very healthy year for you.
Sports card. I mean, here's the thing that I did this year. Okay, sports cards have been good to me this year, right? So there was, and we're gonna talk, and I talked about this on the Instagram because there was a story that was posted, but there was a kid that bought a Justin Herbert from me, Illusions, numbered to like 199, right? But it was during a day we were busy on a Saturday, so I had sold it and didn't remove it from eBay. Okay. And I thought to myself, and the kid bought it, and I'm like, oh man, I don't have the card. Gosh, the industry's been good to me this year. And I did as much research as I could about the kid. Outside of reaching out to him, I looked at his posts, his
and this was an eBay person.
This was an eBay person. He wasn't a flipper, right?
Cali guy, right?
Right. He lived in Southern California. He had a modest eBay feedback, so I knew he was a buyer once in a while.
Yeah.
And so I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to gift him a $500 Justin Herbert RPA because the
Unheard of.
hobby's been good to me. I'm gonna send it to him, get it packaged up and mailed, and then I'm going to tell him what I'm doing. So there's no like I can change my mind or.
Yeah.
And so I did it. I got it ready, shipped it, and then I wrote him the message and I said, "Hey, look, I don't have your card. I'm sorry. Somebody bought it. I didn't get a chance to remove it in time. But the hobby's been good to my wife and I and my family. We've seen unprecedented numbers this year. I want to do something good. So here you go." And the kid freaked out. Oh my God, this is going to be the best card of my collection. And then he posted the story to Reddit, and that's a whole nother thing where I had to get on and talk about it. But it just kind of goes to show that the old me, right, the pre-COVID me would be like, are you insane? There's no way, because that's a money card, right? I mean, you're looking at generating dollars with that. And I sent it away with not even thinking twice. And that's due to the abundance that has been, thrown at turf and dirt speed
That's
this
unheard
year.
of.
You're not going to see that.
No, ever again from
anybody.
anybody. You don't see that from a manufacturer. Come
But
on.
it felt good. But it rubs the negative stuff, right? The bad stuff kind of burns your ass a little bit more than normal, right?
Well, yeah,
That's tough, yeah.
There's nothing negative about it.
But all those things,
nothing you
all
did.
those things allowed me to be able to do that.
Sure.
All those things, COVID, the Ja Morant, Zion Williamson hype, the shutdown, the stimulus
craze.
checks, all those things led to me being able to do that. So I can talk as negatively about those things, but at the same time, those things built the business, and I'm happy that it happened.
Sure.
Because then I can, be a force and do some good. Now, this next issue, we have issues with this next issue. Because there isn't, no matter what I can do to make this better, grading.
dog shit.
Oh my God.
He dropped the DG right on that.
It's just
love it.
Grading has been not only a bad thing,
The timing
Right.
of it all.
but it's also pushing people to buy raw cards. And guess what Turf and Dirt is full of?
Raw.
Raw cards.
Because they're
And I
keeping
love
it raw.
So, yeah, it's been absolutely brutal, the grading situation. And most of the time, but I'm trying to be D-Mags in
The
this segment.
positivity.
Well,
I'm trying to air some positivity-ness.
to that grading, I'm
positiveness.
also. I need to add a / redemption.
yeah, and that was
Because like I was gonna call you, I was gonna wait till today to ask you, but like the redemptions that I have, do I even bother sending them in? You know?
well,
Do you have redemptions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like just do it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you do it and you just maybe because you'll get your card and it'll be a nice day.
So you'll love this story. So I ended up opening up, what was it? Immaculate or Impeccable? What was the Chase Claypool?
The Impeccable. Because he
So-
did that on camera.
I did. So I ended up getting a Chase Claypool redemption, sent it in, took 7 days. It arrived at my door.
what?
7 days.
It all depends on.
I've got 38 ahead of Chase Claypool.
Did you put a woman's name?
I think I penciled Stacy's name.
Gotcha.
No,
and
it just
I
depends
drew-
on when those
I
players
drew-
send it back.
I
I'm
did-
sending my Cliff Harrison.
I did draw boobs on the card with big nipples.
Did you buy them?
Oh my goodness.
Just saying that.
Earmuffs.
So, but it literally from submission to FedEx Express handing it to me was
You got that
7
card?
days. I sold it
What the?
What already?
already. I put it up
Jesus
for
Christ.
$250 and it sold within an hour of me posting it.
I was so excited about the T. Higgins RPA that I pulled that I forgot to redeem it. So I finally just did a couple days ago, and I've been sitting on it for a couple weeks. And it was like
I'm busting
I
out that Cliff Harris when I get home.
I was so pumped, and I threw it down. And
But I
luckily
think it just
found
depends on the redemption.
I'm
player,
gonna put my wife's name on it too.
But grading's been brutal. But I always say this, and I will tell this story to the day I die. Whenever grading becomes popular, and I saw this with the other shop that I was working in, raw cards go along with the popularity of grading because there's nothing better than you standing in your front yard, right, beating on your chest. Oh, I found this card in a shop. I graded it. It came out of 10. Yippee skippy for me. So
Yeah, do you like? I noticed people in the shop the other day, a couple that were in here thumbing through the white boxes, and they were looking for Hurts and some rookies. Do you ever like second guess yourself, like, oh shit, should I go grab those out real quick? And because you know what they're trying to do,
Correct.
you know that they're hunting for something to flip or get graded. And I know you're not going to send it to get graded, but it's one of those, like, I had a hard time watching them because I knew that in their mind they didn't seem like they were collectors.
and I get that, but the thing is, whenever I price something in the shop,
You price it to move now.
I price it, but I'm also pricing it to what I would be happy with getting.
Yeah.
So even if here's the thing, and I say this all the time, if you knew that the casino won all the time, there was no 0.5% chance that when you put your money into that slot machine, that you would come out $100 ahead of what you started. Nobody would do it. Absolutely nobody would do it.
is the alcohol still free?
I don't.
Because you gamble, you drink.
I've never gotten any free
you
alcohol
can get
there.
soda
but-
for free.
Yeah, you can get coffee and
Oh,
soda.
maybe I'm thinking Vegas. Sorry.
You can't even smoke in the casino anymore.
Thank
So-
God.
But so here, and somebody asked me this because they bought a Jason Dominguez auto that I'd priced, and it was, I think, $75 under comps
Oh wow.
because I initially priced it and it had gone up. Well, why don't you reprice it? Well, because you guys have to win too. The house can't win all the time. If you know that you're going to come in here and there are times that you're going to win, it makes people want to come in.
Because there's also going to be times that you priced at the right time, and then 2 weeks later that person has that card at home and the price is plummeted.
Correct. I mean, but it's going to
Goes both
happen
ways.
more on the
It's
other
the
end.
stock market.
But I'm going to win. Like, I win enough with what we do with box and packs.
Yeah.
But the house has to lose sometimes to make it appealing, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I am absolutely. That's why I was fine with losing the Herbert and not selling it, even though he's the hottest thing on the planet, because the house has to lose sometimes. It's just the nature of things.
Even though that was out of the goodness of your heart, you you lost the card, but you gained so much more.
But don't be
with
fooled.
that.
It wasn't a charity case type of deal. He did it because he did it.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, though, is when I talk about these things to the average customer, because
you're
of what I
crazy.
do, I'm,
Yeah, right, bro,
I'm
yeah.
not full of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can
Or you
say
are
it,
to them.
but when they see my conviction,
Sure.
a liar is not going to be
passionate.
as
Yeah,
passionate
yeah,
about
exactly.
that, right?
Exactly.
So they're going to see that and know that there's something more up to it than just me telling a story. And I do that because of the conviction that I have.
Yeah.
And it allows me to be able to spew my bullshit that some people think. Spew, you know,
Yeah, no.
verbally regurgitate all over the table. But I believe in what I talk about. I believe in what I do, and that helps get along those beliefs. So, all right. So we're going to move on to the next thing. Grading redemption's kind of a shit show, but the rookie and retail chase, and I know we've talked about this, right? The rookie and retail chase has allowed customers into the shop, customers I typically wouldn't see. Most of them don't buy here because they're looking for retail, but one or two have kind of hung on, and I've gained kind of loyal following with
the
a
hobby
couple
side.
of people who buying in the hobby side who've been chasing retail.
Yeah.
But the rookie chase is hot. You know that,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
it's-
you see it.
But I said for me, it hurts because of being a Bengals fan and wanting to collect Burrow because he is a Bengal. The rookie chase makes it so much more impossible to get.
What about the chase for the forgotten, the vintage?
Nobody's chasing that. They're running from it.
It's a sad
The
state
nice
of
thing was, though, is we had the other end of it, right? Kyle Lewis was drafted by the Mariners.
Yeah.
I was heavy Kyle Lewis because I'm a Mariner fan.
Yeah.
And then I had all the cards that were being sold for triple, right? And so, but I didn't reprice them. Could have.
Coulda,
Didn't. And Kyle Lewis caught fire. People come in and be like, how'd you get so many Kyle Lewises? Like, I've had these for 3 years because I'm a believer.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Amen. Brothers and sisters. Evan White, rookie first baseman to win Gold Glove. Anyway, so I had all those to begin with, and that's kind of the opposite spectrum of what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
You were plentiful, and I mean I'm still struggling to pull a Burrow.
And so
It's depressing.
So we're going to get through the next couple, but then I'm going to have a question for you guys before we go to commercial break. Okay.
Maybe if you don't wish for it so much, it might come true.
To be honest, I am rocking my Burrow jersey.
This is a
but
sweet looking jersey.
I love
Very
this
sweet,
jersey,
yeah.
but like
The hat's fucking on point. though.
Higgins is definitely that's what I've been glad.
That was a nice one,
Higgins
yeah.
stock is pretty heavy.
I remember the first one in like when football really started catching fire, like the first like mainstream releases.
Yeah.
First Higgins, I thought you were going to moonwalk.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were going to Michael Jackson
Oh, I was
moonwalk.
pulling some good ones.
So-
Certified. I had it was an orange.
So one of the things that sparked, and I knew it would, but one of the things that sparked a lot of interest was documentary series this year, right? The Last Dance, the 9-part documentary with Michael Jordan.
I never watched it.
The problem was Stace, how did that work? Like, so in the middle of the Last Dance, right? We were doing single card sales. We ended up ripping, and this was the dumbest thing on the planet. We took every junk wax basketball box that I had, and I had probably 38 of them,
Oh god.
and we opened up every pack looking for Michael Jordan. This was right in the heat of the Last Dance documentary series. And every Michael Jordan I pulled, I sold
Immediately.
on a live auction that we were doing,
Oh god.
like on Instagram, where like I'd be like $10, boom, sold. So we pulled, I think the record was like 38 Jordans.
Shit.
It was
And
ridiculous.
We sold every single one in an hour.
I'm about to do that on New Year's Eve. We're gonna
talk about that here in a little
I'm
bit.
getting dirty
but-
on some shit like that.
So documentary series affected things tremendously. Couldn't keep Jordans in stock.
Yeah.
$5, $10 Jordans. It
Didn't matter. Could be the crappiest Jordan on the planet. League leaders from 1990 Fleer. They're going to buy it.
Checklist on the
If he
back.
was wearing red and wearing 23, it didn't matter.
Correct.
I want the White Sox.
And then all of a sudden there was a rumor that Ken Griffey Jr.'s documentary series was going to be done on the weekend of Father's Day. And so what did Turf and Dirt do? Nothing. We didn't price up anything. We didn't.
Did they do?
They did, and it fell flat.
I was gonna say.
Nobody gave two living craps about King Griffey Jr.
There goes
I
the-
loved it as a Mariner fan, but
There goes.
But it was
the,
a one episode versus.
it
a
was a
series.
one
A
episode
series.
rather than a series.
And once again, it goes back to the basketball being global more so than
Right, and then
the kid.
there's rumor that Tom Brady is getting a series, a docu-series.
That's gonna be a real awkward one.
Really?
He's
Weird, like his kale only burritos and all that.
He's just
Yeah.
dry. He's just different.
Well,
Sure, it's okay.
do you think
Still
his
playing.
wife wears the pants in their relationship?
I don't think
or-
she
Oh
wears
shit,
pants.
pants. Panties.
Man, you guys said that almost in unison. Do you guys know
I
something
mean-
I don't?
We know Giselle.
Yeah,
Let me bring her up again.
yeah.
So, and then the other thing that the docuseries, obviously, we saw a tremendous effect. But the last thing, number 10 on our list, breakers exploding. Everybody became a breaker. Everybody.
I think we should do away with all breakers except for KB.
KB Card Breaks
all
is doing it
breakers
correct, but
need to be shut down. I hate breakers. Breaker.
the funniest part though is we were getting breakers that would get a hanger pack that was $5.99, right? And they would run a pick your team on that. And the end price, and you did all the research on it, right? Because you'd be like, so Stacy has this sickness, right? When I'm done at the shop,
She's still.
I'm not
working.
searching like Instagram and Facebook for sports card crap. I'm like done. I want a break. What does she do? She's surfing every breaker's channel. What are they opening? What are they talking about? And she will show it to me. Oh, look it. He's a hanger pack for $5.99. He's getting like $98 out of it because it's a pick your team. And by the way, the kid's 10.
Oh,
And it's like, and it was a run of everybody became a breaker.
I'm kicking my son out.
How do you feel about that, Stace?
Well, here's a little story I didn't even share with you.
Oh God.
When I was out and about today, I went to
Should
another
I hang on?
LCS.
I'm hanging on.
Okay. Just as a normal person, I'm looking at the basketball, the football, retail. He had the
An
nerve to
LCS.
tell me, oh, if you buy some of those and just start breaking them, you'll bank more money. I was like, oh my God.
Was that in Marysville?
That was in Marysville.
Oh.
Not knowing my connection with an LCS.
So he was just trying to make a buck.
He's breaking himself.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell him? Do you have an Instagram page that I can follow you when you break?
Man.
Is
Are
it?
you doing a 9-hour rip session on New Year's Eve?
Oh, it was awful. It was hard to keep my
I'm
mouth
having my
shut.
cider
man,
ready.
You can have that docudrama last longer than
I just cleared out some DKs and got out of there.
How'd it go? There we go.
Got him.
So that's the thing. Everybody's a breaker, right? So I don't know. I'm over it.
I'm breaking. I'm ripping. Let's go.
Well, we saw breakers though even are having a hard time. There was a Bowen's Best break, right? And there was refunds being given out because you couldn't fill it. Oh, baseball's bull crap. And then what happens? KB Card Breaks comes along, has no issue filling Bowman's Best break.
I mean,
No issue.
That product should be. It sells itself. I feel like it's plentiful. And you know what I think about the baseball is that it's all the team. It doesn't matter what team I feel like you get in a break. If you're going to get a break, I don't feel like there's a bad team. Yes, I understand there's your Torkelsons and the big hitters, but I don't feel like baseball has like, oh shit, I got stuck with that team.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well,
Like,
because
it's-
there's been no baseball, like minor
Yeah.
league baseball,
But
and
prospects
Bowman's Best
are
is prospect heavy.
prospects is the thing to where if it's football, it's your banger offensive rookies and that's it.
Yeah.
So-
Right now you get a, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you're going, can I give it back?
I know.
Right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you got Jonathan Taylor. So there's certain ones.
Should
that
I
could be
say his
okay.
name again, man?
who?
Keyshawn Vaughn.
Is he's still playing, right?
I
James
don't know.
Morgan's on the roster.
LaMichael P. Ryan,
I sold a booklet of his last
his
time.
college one.
Yeah.
Pittman?
Yeah.
His LaMichael P. Ryan.
No, LaMichael P. Ryan.
Orange Bowl.
Or what do you got? Tyler Johnson.
He's a stud, dude. I got his pirate ship.
There's
winking.
there's a lot of struggle bus.
So you think there'll be a big hoopla on the when the my boy from Clemson comes into the league next year?
Sunshine.
Who? Birdie T? Who is it?
Sunshine.
Lawrence.
I saw a wig.
To the Jags.
I saw a wig that was done with a headband number 10 with the big golden flowing locks.
I guarantee you those cards are going to go.
So here we go. This is going to be a last question I'm going to ask before we go to break. Okay, and I want an honest answer. I want you to really think about it. What is the single most biggest influence this year with cards, good or bad? In your opinion, D-Mags, go. Biggest. What do you think has influenced it the biggest? One thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess social media. The flexing. Everybody's like the FOMO, the fear of missing out. People are flexing, and they want to one up their buddy who pulled a banger card, and it's happening at my work now too. Like everybody's.
I noticed that we've been getting a flood of Costco employees.
Yeah, so everybody's now excited. Now we got a different connection to have at work, and it's like, oh man,
but that's great though.
Did you see what I pulled? Look what I got. This is what I got from a break. So I definitely feel like the social media, being able to show off what you got. I mean, I'm getting text messages, emails, whatever it could be, showing me what they just pulled. So definitely the social media side of things.
What do you think, Tony?
COVID and lockdowns and things that are people learning how to play new instruments and learning how to cook and learning all these new different things. And they're coming to the realization that when they see a break or they reminisce about sports cards or they're cleaning their house because there's a honeydew to do and they're finding a case of cards that they had back in the day, all of a sudden now they're like, wait a second, I wonder how this industry is doing now. Let me investigate. Let me research. And boom.
Which at the tail end of that ties into social media, right?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people with that, though, is the cleaning out their closets and finding old cards. I had a buddy trying to give me Keely Smith. No, Jeff Blake. Some old Jeff Blakes that they found.
I mean,
the old number 9,
yeah.
right?
Prior to the coming over here for the podcast tonight, like I was telling you guys earlier, I was at a friend's garage and we were talking about as we were doing other stuff
Cleaning,
in there.
sports.
He was reorganizing and redoing sheetrocking his garage. Well, we're watching every single episode of Kards Korner, and he
the name of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
So I started talking to him, and he's a big Raider fan guy. He's like telling me all these stories, and he's our age, and he's like, oh man, I remember the Raiders. Oh man, stop for a second. While Kards Korner is playing, he's up there looking. He's like, you see that frame right there underneath that plastic bag? I got to pull that out, man. That's Bo Jackson's game because he's a big Raider fan, and he's a big Bo Jackson fan. And he was like, that's the game he broke his hip against Kansas City. Oh. And he's like,
he got a blood clot.
Yep.
And so did you tell him?
And then
Turfender, there's a helmet.
I mentioned the Bo Jackson helmet, and then I also said to him, he's like, are they back? Because I got tubs full of cards. I said, well, there was a period that was
the cards
like
that you have in the tub suck.
Probably.
And if they're in a tub,
but he just started mentioning being a Raiders fan and coming here as he when he was younger, and still being a Raider fan, but he became a Mariner fan. And he's like, well, I got all these Ken Griffey's and I got all this stuff. I go, well, let me see them, But
this one's really bad.
The wheels, I can see the wheels turning and like that reinvigorating something he hasn't touched in 20, 30 years.
It rejuvenates him.
And it's just, and that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me.
And that's true. I mean,
so COVID is my thing.
People, and that's a good one. And putting some context to it, yeah, I mean, we see it all the time. People dig out their cards, think it's worth money. Here on social media, cards are hot, worth some dollars. Unfortunately, we've had some broken hearts.
Oh, God, yeah, for
right?
sure.
But I think
them in plastic bags.
I think for me, the biggest single thing that has affected the card industry, at least for us locally, is finally having an LCS doing the correct things.
Oh, amen to that.
That was the biggest influence, I think. The minute we started telling the truth and doing what we would say and being about the kids, and sales took off.
Yeah.
We can attribute COVID and all those things helped with that.
It's just
but people feeling comfortable
mixture.
Where they could spend their money. And LCS doing the right thing for me is the single biggest thing locally that affected cards.
And to me, that backtracks to, your educating the consumer, your teaching, part of education, and the honesty and the humbleness that comes with you guys. I mean, this is a place that I just want to come here and hang out.
Yeah.
And look for Chase Youngs and Alexis, but
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's been a great year. I look forward to seeing what 2021 is going to bring. And now, just like we talked about earlier, COVID is what you make it, right? I walk in these doors, outside of a complaint or two, COVID does not affect me here. And so I'm okay. Governors can do what they want to do. Governments can do what they want to do. You know, I'm going to still do me. Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing. I think if people are really tired of everything, do you.
Yeah. Till the end.
You can't go wrong when you do you. So regardless. So if you is scared, do you. Fine, do it. Yep. If you're not scared and you want to just do you and that's on the opposite end, then do you. So, all right, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Yep, just do you. And when we come back, we're going to kind of talk a little bit about some sports. We're going to talk about what's coming up for New Year's Eve. We're going to talk a little bit about KB card breaks. We're going to talk a little bit about Christmas, and we're going to kind of wrap up and look forward to episode 16.
In the new year.
In the new year. So come on back and see it.
We're back.
All right, guys. So we are best of, very good, very bad. I mean, it's hard to...
The greatest.
It's hard to be super positive when you got topics that are super positive and then piggybacked with that could be negative, right?
Yeah, we just, like we said, two negatives make a positive. We'll find something to make positive.
But we're going to talk a little bit about some generic sports stuff. Okay?
Generic.
So who are you following now? I mean, I know Burrow's hurt.
Hey, we're 2-0 in the last 9 days.
I'm not dogging it, but you got to have somebody to get behind, somebody to
like
rah-rah.
A team to get behind, or a guy,
player. I'm more of a player-specific kind of person.
Same here.
At this point, yeah.
I'm not rah-rahing a team. Like
I guess I am cheering for Josh Allen. I like the whole Buffalo thing. Not been in.
Do you want a Josh Allen jersey?
I don't, but it's probably going to be in the future.
So that's one you're going to wear.
I think that'd be one I'd rock.
Really, you're going to wear?
Yeah, I'll wear.
But see, I always like to try to find like the random one. Like if I'm going to get Cardinals, I want to Kyler Murray. I'll probably get the black. I want to get something different.
For me, it's also the fact that my wife's from Buffalo and is a Buffalo fan, and I can say, honey, this is for you. I just get it in a bigger size.
But I don't. Yeah, I don't.
It's like weird.
Horse in the race, KC. I know they're the front runner type team, but I love Tyreek Hill. I love.
So,
Kelsey.
Are you following these guys though? That's the question, right?
Yeah, I'm
following.
Those are the guys I'm watching. I mean, we had to sit through the boring game of the Falcons, my son's team in Kansas City. I thought that
he was upset I sold the Calvin Ridley helmet.
Yeah,
he was
that's a for real thing. He went and spent some of his own money on all that.
Yeah, so I've been on a jersey kick lately. I don't know
who got you into that.
But
I've been there.
So the thing.
Thanks, Devin.
Yeah. But
credit card statement.
What I am interested in is I want to wow, right? But I want to wow for a reason. I don't want to just
World of Warcraft wow.
Correct. I don't even know what that means. Is that a smear yourself in peanut butter kind of thing, or
some might do that while playing?
So I'm thinking to myself, I want to follow a rookie. I'm not following Joe Burrow. I would rather put this thumb in this eye. I'm not going to be a Justin Herbert, right? Because everybody and their grandmother's doing that.
That's my guy, Justin Jefferson.
I contemplated his jersey.
That's my guy.
Now, I thought, because I'm a Chase Young fan, I thought I'm going to rock, and I'm not going to say anything, and I'm just going to rock a Chase Young Washington football team jersey and hat one day.
White.
I don't care what color, to be honest with you, but I found out jerseys are hard to get today. Jerseys, I mean,
Yeah.
they don't have any in Chase Young. No, if you're a child wearing a kid's medium,
But you know what you can do?
or if you have boobs, they make every jersey in every
you can
size.
customize, and you can have it be Chase Young, and it's just the same thing.
How do you feel about that?
The guys that I follow,
But it's more expensive.
I'll give you my two main guys that I follow.
I only do that with Evan. Evan's my customized loyalty.
I follow Delvin Cook, and I follow Chase Young.
Do you have his jersey?
Negative. And for those, since you brought up the jersey thing, I am trying to find like a pro cut, like something not a
Pro cut.
custom.
Have you seen that where they no sleeves
Yes,
and are cut
yes.
into the pit?
But I've been looking. You cannot even
I don't know if
find,
you
and
could
I
rock
check on
that,
a
though.
week-to-week basis. I can't even find, and I'm a Giants fan, so I want nothing to do with the Redskins. But I love Chase Young, and to find his jersey, what you find out there, it's kind of what they sell at, when all
Yeah,
the
the flea
all these
markets.
places, these places. Try to find, or you can do it now. Try to find a white Chase Young jersey.
Yeah,
You
that's-
can't even find a Chase Young jersey, let alone a
I found the
white
jerseys.
one.
I found the
But-
jerseys, but
but
the white is unheard of.
If you can't find a Chase Young Redskins, you know what you can find? A Dwayne Haskins Redskins jersey. And it's autographed.
Just-
and guess what? Hold on.
We got a ball.
And
And
a
I follow-
football. And a mini helmet.
Do you think we could do a package deal for
package
somebody?
deal, Dwayne Haskins. I will even make it rain dollar bills when you buy it.
Oh.
If you buy all three, I will
With
come
attitude.
in stripper style dollar bills.
Oh, look at that. That's a challenge throwing down the gauntlet.
Come on.
Stacy's beat red over there.
So I got Dalvin Cook, and then I started following Josh Allen and LT.
So the one
My four guys.
The one thing I was always guilty not following is basketball, right? Like,
Yeah.
because basketball is a topic that creates a lot of we need to know. We need to follow basketball.
It's a big.
So I'm like, okay, so if I have to get on the basketball train slowly, there are two guys I'm going to follow. Luka,
Yep.
he's my boy.
That would be one.
And I got my first basketball purchase today, jersey purchase, Giannis. Sick as hell. Like,
It is a good jersey.
so I did a little research, like Giannis' career, right? Good dude. I'm getting behind him. So I'm going to be rocking the Giannis jersey, watching the
podcast.
games, painting the Bucks. I'm going to paint the Buck face on my face.
next podcast, I'll bring I'll do Kobe USA.
Oh, there we go. That'll be
I'll do
tight.
Kobe USA.
But I want to wow. Like, I don't want to just, Chinese knockoff jersey and be like, oh, that's cute,
Yeah, I mean, see the other
You
one.
wanna wow, right?
The other one I'm thinking of.
I do. I mean, I'm right now. I'm looking at a couple of. I'm a big Army Navy. Being a Navy guy, I follow Navy, but I love the game. Every year I watch it. Every year record them all. And but I was able to find they didn't have this new jersey for this year, but they had last year's and going back every year, they're pro cut jerseys. From
Yeah,
the
so I
players.
don't think I could rock that.
Yeah,
And-
how
and
do
it's
you
like-
feel comfortable with a pro cut? Like, it is sleeveless and you have half
Yeah.
your pit missing.
Well, no, exactly. No, I mean,
Like,
it-
how
My
are you
wife
gonna
would-
rock? Are you
my
being
wife
more-
would hate
Are
that.
you
It'd be
rating the
more to
underarm
frame.
hamburger, or what are you doing?
It'd be more to frame. It'd be more to frame.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, but the thing is, with any of these pro cut jerseys, if I'm wearing a 48, if I wear a 48, is the same thing as a 48 on a pro cut. I see these linemen, they wear like I'm wearing a 39 or 38, and I'm like, wait a second, but these things are like skin tight, so I don't know what they're gonna be like.
I don't care. I'm rocking whatever. I'm
Yeah.
not worried about how good it looks. If it looks like shit, I'm rocking it anyway because I don't care.
I'll stick to baseball jerseys.
Well, they're a little bit easier to deal with. So
Exactly.
But my wife was very good to me for this holiday season. So my jerseys doubled for the
Triple.
birthday, tripled for the holiday season. The one I was most thrilled about, there were two. My Tatis, my brown Padres Tatis jersey
That's
was
fire.
sick.
That was
And the Canucks jersey was super dope.
And your Boba Fett.
That's not for wear. That's hanging up.
Damn, you guys you can't even customize an adult jersey on Fanatics. There's not even.
Yeah.
You can customize youth and you can customize women's.
All right, if you got boobs
Let me
or you
make-
wear a child's medium.
Let me make a few phone
But
calls.
watch them be available after the season ends.
Right. So Haskins is available in every size.
Oh yeah.
I'm how do we get a Redskins Chase Young? Let's see.
Good luck.
So anyway, that is that. Let's talk a little. Do you have something? You look like you're ready
You
to
just
wait.
have to wait till February 1st when everything restocks.
Well, so
Because every guy got jerseys for Christmas, so they're all out of stock.
what you need to do is you need to run over to Costco, and for $80 you get $100 Fanatics gift card. And so
Did you know this?
Yeah. So
No.
okay, so $80
Right now?
Yeah, there we got Fanatics gift cards. You get it's $100 gift card for $80. But so then after the season,
So
typically,
two of them, 160 for 200.
so you get all those non-playoff teams start to drop their prices on everything. So I told my wife tonight, I was like, I gotta have to get a couple gift
Dude,
cards.
you're fucking wired in. Like,
so
really?
that's what I need to do.
That's
So
what
when
I
I go
love
get
my
the cat
contacts.
condo-
Like,
He's got the
everybody's
inside dope.
wired
Yeah,
in.
He's got
Like,
the inside dope.
You
If
need a
you
cat
need
condo.
freaking Fanatic stuff or toilet paper, he's
Yeah.
got the inside track.
So I need. That's how my collection of jerseys and hats is so plentiful. Is because I go deep in the clearance time of the year.
I'm competitive, so I'm
guys
like
still have
I'm
those-
trying to catch up
Let's
now.
go.
You guys still have those delicious salmon burgers? Oh,
That's
the bomb.
disgusting.
Dude, I will throw like.
You get a black bean veggie burger.
Oh, Cuban black meat.
Oh god.
Did you do realize I QA'd the salmon burger line for Trident, right?
Did you?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, I was actually a quality assurance tech out
thought
at
you
Trident
were-
Seafoods in
I thought you were
Anacortes.
asking or answering questions. and
QA.
answers.
That was a lot too.
Q&A.
But I mean, that was one of my worst jobs I'd ever had in my life because that stuff looked like baby vomit.
I'm really curious what the
In
top
the
10
hopper.
NFL jersey sales right now are.
Oh, I bet Patrick Mahomes is leading the
Mahomes.
charge.
I say Brady probably is.
Brady, Lamar.
How do you know all these?
Well, when I was at Lids, what could I find? Brady,
You know
Lamar, Mahomes.
Derrick Henry is a jersey I want, and the
White.
Yes, the
at
one that's
Pro
sitting,
Image
that's
is hot.
it's been haunting me every
Oh,
time I
man,
walk
that
in
is
there.
Fire.
I might have to test.
I wish they had
Jason,
a fat boy size.
Jason, I need that jersey.
2 days ago, I was in bed at 3 in the morning. I'm looking up.
You have a lot of
Old-
bathroom issues, don't you?
I was just up. I wake up late. But
You wake up late.
yeah.
That was late for
Yeah.
you. Shit.
Huh?
So number one,
No, my thing was I was looking for old Houston Oilers. The Oiler stuff in the Love You Blue
there's one right there.
and Brazier's on them, Dan Pastorini, Earl Campbell.
So number one, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Number two, Thomas Brady.
Saquon's on that
Number
list.
three, Lamar Jackson.
Saquon on that list?
Number four,
Joe Burrow,
my least favorite,
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
I will not.
That goes back to that comment that you made the other day. Jimmy will not buy
I will
any
not
modern Seahawks.
We're a modern day
Good.
Seahawk anything.
Number
It drives me
five,
insane.
and this is a
See, I
shocker.
would vomit.
This
If
is
you
a
get that near
shocker.
Me, I'd throw up.
Number five, and I do this because I think he's got more of the Islander fan base, but Tua's the Islander is that culture is huge. When they get a player in that, because I don't think it's for his skill set. It's definitely
Get
not
Mariota
that.
before I get Tua.
But six is another asshole,
Barry
bag of
Sanders.
dicks, mother freaker. It's Juju Smith.
You don't
At
like
six.
Ju-
I.
Is it the dance thing that just pissed you off?
Oh, it's everything about Juju.
Yeah, but were you like,
Oh, God,
were
I-
you violently opposed to him before the dance thing, or was the dance thing set him off?
No, that dance thing, I don't even give two shits about
No.
him dancing on logos. I hate the guy for many different reasons.
I think he cares deep down.
I think so.
Josh Jacobs, number 7. Now that's
a shock.
wild.
Josh
Josh
Jacobs?
Jacobs. You know,
Oh,
okay,
my
but the reason
goodness.
why, I mean, I would assume is because they are now the Las Vegas Raiders, so the new fan base, the increased in jersey sales probably hit that one up.
Larger population, kind of following.
Number
up.
8, another surprise.
And not just that.
George Kittle.
And you probably still have,
Yeah, that I'm actually shocked at that.
and you still have the LA Raider. I mean, the Raider fan base probably still loves
yeah.
them, and they're buying.
Number 9, Mr. Rogers.
Can't stand
And number 10,
Is it looks like a sweater?
Josh Allen.
Oh,
So
good.
Soon to move up.
Josh Allen makes 10.
So does Rogers really get the Mr. Rogers in your book?
No.
No, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
It's that. It's that
I don't mind Rogers. He's
Green Bay
No,
Rodgers.
I just don't.
He's a different- different
I think
breed.
he's too prima donna, man.
He's a different breed. But yeah, so that was interesting.
I mean, discount and double check.
Yeah.
Discount and double check.
Get the Rogers rate.
Sorry, I had to do that. All right, so How was Chris? I mean, you're wearing.
I'm rocking Christmas.
How was Christmas for you?
I also got a tile.
It was good. It was good. I got a bunch of how they came to be.
Enough where you can, invade Grenada kind of stuff.
Yeah, a
Got
lot of
ammo.
A tank.
I got a bunch of
Big bullets.
Philly stuff and the powder blue stuff, and I got a bunch of.
Really?
I was like, I start pulling this stuff out. I was like, oh, look at this one. Looks a little flimsy. This one looks a little, a little weak. And I'm saying to myself,
How come
I'm
you
like,
didn't rock any of it?
huh?
How come you didn't rock any of it?
You
got the Fanatics.
The first pass. So the first
Fanatics
thing,
Adidas.
the first thing I'm opening is like, where did she find these? And I was
The
like,
The children's store?
New York Islanders.
Those are like baby socks.
Yeah,
Is she trying to
those
tell
are
you
my
something?
size, bro. It's a large. It's a large. And it was just Phillies, and it was a Mandalorian-ish kind of year, I think, for a lot of gifts. A lot of the stocking stuffers was that stuff.
My wife and I don't exchange gifts really, so like
We just tell each other what we want.
yeah, but we don't even do that.
But you rushed out of here.
I bought her
right
underwear.
You rushed out of here to buy underwear?
That's what I bought.
Oh, snap.
That's kind of hot.
That was it. But
Victoria's Secret.
I got a tile because she hates at 3:00 in the morning. Babe, where's my keys? Where's my wallet? Do you know where my wallet is?
That's a
Here
guy
we go.
thing.
So,
Because I bought Jimmy a tile one year too.
And it,
I got it.
it
I don't even know what a
failed.
tile is.
It's a phone app that can detect your stuff.
So I got it.
Do you have your wallet locked in too?
So I got my wallet. I got my keys.
Oh,
It's attached to my phone. So it's a big deal. I mean, I'm always constantly losing
I'm gonna Google it and
my
I'm gonna
stuff.
probably order one.
have you used it already?
I haven't lost it yet. I think it's like it's a sign.
Because yesterday we were at Costco doing some stuff, and we beeline it to Home Depot, and she goes out to get her thing. She's like, "Where's my wallet? Have you seen my wallet?" No. But we were parked over by the employee smoking area in the back at Burlington, and I was like, I beelined it back. There was her purse under the the little things, the little flaps on those cards. And I was like, and then of course I had to say, when she said I forgot my wallet, I went. And she goes, "Don't be hunting me." It's not like I do it every day. It's like
I do it every day.
I do it quite a bit too.
It's really bad, and I blame it on all the concussions. So I'm gonna.
I do
there.
too. I blame it
Between
on
that and losing the remotes.
oh, that's a big one.
There's my keys. I found my keys.
That's amazing.
That's almost like I want to like a merry-go-round and cotton candy.
Can you drop one of those cards in a car and find out where it goes?
See, there's
Can
my
you
wallet.
track somebody with that?
Dude, it's got different rings for the wallet's one's muffled a little bit.
Well,
because
yeah.
you're sitting on the action. Typically,
It's deep in there.
Hey,
deep.
here's one that I forgot, and because my family's
How about
mostly
yours?
a Miami Dolphins fan. What about that throw from Fitzpatrick with his face mask being freaking wrapped
Yeah,
around his
that was amazing. That end of the game was fantastic, but him to make that throw, even Patrick Mahomes said that was the best no-look pass in history.
It was, and that kind of leads to his legend, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The fact that
He is
Fitzmagic,
magic.
things happen. But I just wanted to bring that up.
He wasn't
My
magic
friends-
when he was with Cincinnati.
No, he was not.
Fitz tragic.
all right. So why don't we talk about the next thing? Christmas is good.
Christmas is
So
fantastic.
Christmas was good.
I don't
Low
want to.
key.
I don't want to flex my Christmas on everybody.
Yeah, you already.
Oh no,
flexed.
you would. Yeah, you already flexed.
I'll flex, but we'll flex later. Let's talk about New Year's Eve. We got a big Turf and Dirt's got a big event coming up for New
It's gonna
Year's
be
Eve.
bananas.
We've actually announced that we're going to do 9 straight hours of
Non-stop.
Instagram reps, 3 o'clock to midnight,
And it's gonna be fresh.
Keep that mule coming.
It's gonna be fresh. It's gonna be. You're gonna see different hands
correct.
caressing your purchases.
It won't be Stacy and I doing the entire rips. We're going to have Dusty and D-Mags take over some
Yeah.
rip session action.
So first 3 hours from 3
Yep.
to 6.
Devin
I'm taking
from 3
it.
to 6. So it's going
Dip
to be.
hand and all.
We're going to be giving something away every hour on Instagram.
There we go.
We got enough giveaways to do that. We're going to be doing a separate giveaway for in-shop customers. But every hour, we have something to give away on Instagram. I'm excited for it. You excited?
I'm very excited. I would like to, get some feedback from.
You got to be entertaining, though.
I'm gonna
Oh,
be
he's
entertaining.
entertaining now.
Like you can't show cheeks or nothing. You got to be entertaining.
like he says, man. I get all giddy, man. You're gonna hear me squeal
Put it
like
this
a
way,
little schoolgirl.
and these are breaks you're gonna be doing, right?
No, whatever we want to do.
Okay. All right.
If it's died down, I'm gonna break. I might
We'll
just
figure
rip
it
my
out.
own shit.
There you go. Just rip your own shit. How do you feel about that, Stace? You look perplexed.
Jimmy always rips so. I'm gonna just take this off the shelf.
I do
Well,
that.
we did buy a few extra things for some rippage.
I do that every now
ripping,
and again.
and nipping. But yeah, my coworkers, one of the gals, she really is heavy into the breaking right now. She likes that. I can't stand it. I'm trying to get her off of that, but
Off the braking?
yeah, she likes because she's hit burrows. She got lucky and hit some burrow
Sure.
autos.
But that's
And
what
so
ignites.
now
That's what
it's
Jimmy
like,
tries to tell me. That's what I was trying to
got
get.
it.
You know.
So I got to get her off of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fault anybody for trying to break once in a while, but if that's where all your money is going, it's a dead end
Yeah,
subject.
it's too much of a
How do you feel
gamble.
about breaking? You look like you touch that mic. It's like that's a cue for you to chime in. So
I was actually turning it off.
okay.
See, when I'm looking up there, I'm like, man, if we do like a bundle, like get that gold standard off the shelf and try to bundle something else to break.
I'm a businessman. If anybody wants to buy
I'm like,
it,
damn,
I'm
why is
willing to
hockey
rip it.
still full?
It's not. We
No,
actually
it's not.
sold out of
Yeah.
some.
Yeah, that hockey's actually pretty light.
So look for that. We're going to do a 9 hours straight. We're also going to have the shop open that entire time. So we're going to be open until midnight. Turf
Oh,
and
yeah,
dirt.
that's gonna be sketch balls.
We got enough security to handle things appropriately.
Yeah,
So.
lock it down.
The other thing so we've featured KB Card Breaks on the podcast. They've been blowing it up.
I haven't watched the breaks, but he has been filling them, and some of them have been filling like instantly. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
they're
quick.
he's doing some Bowman Best, which are divisions, so it's a little. There's not as much spots that he needs to fill, but he's filling them very quick.
Good for him.
But with KB, can you request what you want ripped? Kind
No.
of like with you. Hey,
No, he's
I got
got
a menu, and
It's,
it
he's
doesn't
got to
work that
have
way.
it. No,
he's doing breaks.
because he's got to get his product from the source, which is here.
He can't. I mean, let's just be honest. He can't interfere with what we're doing.
Yeah,
Of course not.
But that's why he's breaking and we don't break.
Yeah,
So.
I haven't.
I gotcha.
Like I said, I haven't seen one of his breaks since that first one.
Well, my first participation in it was, I was like, wow, I'm kind of like, I'm at the edge, about to kind of just jump on board because it's like
on board of
I'm putting on doing some
the
breaks.
short bus train. Or?
You know,
Yeah,
doing
no.
some breaks because
So that's your hook is the brakes. You're locked into that.
No, I'm not locked in.
Oh.
I'm just like, I didn't realize
It piques
how
your
well
interest.
I did. I didn't realize how well I did because it was a NBA draft kind of thing. But when I started pulling these players, and I was like, oh, I got Hurts, and I got these autos, and I pulled them,
you
and
got
I was
your
like,
favorite
wow,
team. You got all the Redskins, so
but no Chase Young. Yeah, that's right. Oh boy.
So,
Anyway,
so good
it's
on
stuff.
Good on KB Card
Yeah,
Breaks.
good.
I'm excited to see where that goes.
And just like the podcast, every break gets better and better.
I'm happy to sponsor them. I can't wait to see what the future brings for them. Kyle and Braden, they're doing a great job. I think, it's just like, LCS and doing personal rips and everything. It just takes
it's growth.
practice.
Yeah,
Every time you do it, you do get better. We struggled in the beginning. They're actually filling stuff quicker than we got off the ground with Instagram.
Really?
So that's, that is hopeful. It took us, 3 months, 4 months of banging our heads against the wall on Instagram before we really started taking off.
with your help and your sponsorship. It's sort of given him that base. He's got the building blocks.
He has a few of our loyal followers that are breaking
and
with
so
him
from
a little
there,
bit.
and I noticed, he had a good deal. Like if you want multiple spots, he was going to cut you a price deal, and
We also offered them a rip
So-
cred with Turf and Dirt for their first break.
first time.
So I'm happy for them. I hope they continue it. It's going to be interesting just to find product for them to fill breaks with.
Yeah,
Products.
I'm telling you, with any of that older stuff you can get, that's just a fun freaking rip.
So he was messaging us today about what do we rip next? Obsidian?
How about you rip a complete set?
Do the Phoenix, like one through, you do a single card draft hit.
What's
That
that
one.
one? What's that one behind your boy? Is it the black?
The absolute.
Topps Chrome Black?
Topps Chrome Black. That's baseball. I don't know. Does he? Yeah, he actually did well with baseball.
I think he's more. He is more of a baseball.
He
guy.
is.
Yeah.
He is.
The football side sounds like he's a Washingtonian,
He is.
and he's
a homer.
He's like, I know Seahawk ball.
But yeah,
Braden's more of the football.
Oh, okay, there
Is
we
he?
go.
When
Yeah.
he comes into the shop, Braden wants football.
he opens more football in UFC.
Oh, interesting.
He loves his UFC striking singles. I think they call it.
And in basketball, it's a tough one.
Well, that's like me with hockey.
Yeah.
Like, It's a guy. The's a puck. There's ice. I get it.
Yeah, I rip basketball and know what I'm talking about. Ripping hockey would be like ripping Star Wars.
Don't even knock that, dude. I sampled a product today. I cannot wait until the boxes.
So
arrive.
for my 3 hours, if somebody asks for Star Wars, all I'm going to be saying is boba, 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 boba.
Boba.
You're not gonna unless you
Chewbacca
pull a
wand.
boba, you're not gonna buy a boba.
Chewbacca wand.
So, all right, let's talk. Okay, this is the elephant. This is the elephant sitting on a tiger on top of another elephant in the room, and that is what the hell is up with FanDuel?
We suck.
Did we even get a team this week?
Yeah, you did.
We did. How did
It
we
was
do?
19th place.
Dead last?
No, I was dead last, and you were second to dead last.
Oh,
So combined, we could have been. So it was like 20 or 19, and combined, we probably bumped up to 17.
what did you finish?
4th, I think.
Well, it's still better. That's
So my streak of like
that's
top
third,
5.
That's third place
I spent-
times one.
I
The
spent
boy
the-
does better than me.
Yeah.
The boy.
Both my boys were in there this week. They were in
He has
the
a
middle
name, by the way.
middle of the pack.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
at 16th.
Okay, scratch that. I was
might
5th.
be liking him a little more.
well, at least we had a team this week because I know last week we didn't even get a team in. So
Yeah, so
what
you-
is the deal? And the thing that trips me out is you are the biggest like analytical football fan I've ever seen. Like teams.
The thing that really
situations
that really got me is just like the Mahomes Kelsey thing. It's like they put up good points, but it wasn't monster side of things.
Do you understand it?
Yeah.
You're a football person,
Yeah.
right?
Like
You are.
okay,
Yeah.
Here, this is one I thought was obvious. Cleveland, all receivers not participating in the game. Marvin Hall was like their only actual number receiver. I started him in FanDuel. 1 point. Now this is the second anomaly. Baker Mayfield threw over 50 times. Now where does the logic in any of that go?
He's upset right now.
He threw over 50 times. The one actual receiver on the team scored 1 fantasy point.
Dude,
one catch for 12
You
yards.
want to compare that to the biggest hockey news of the day? Lindsey Vonn and PK Subban broke up after a 3-year relationship.
Oh, she's available?
Is she?
Yeah, you know who the skier is, right?
Yeah.
And they broke up. That's the biggest hockey news today.
Poor Tiger Woods.
Unbelievable.
Well, yeah, isn't she frequents Burger King a lot, right? Is that how that
Yeah.
goes? Or well, I don't know what the hell's happening with
But
that. This is why I don't participate in fantasy sports, right? Because I consider myself a football guy, a sports guy.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like, we don't have teams
This
of
week-
analytical people.
This week is going to be nice.
me
This
a
is
link.
the last week, but it's all on Sunday.
Is that for the discount code?
No, I don't know.
It is-
Discount double check.
I like fantasy football, and I can say FanDuel's been great and been kind of fun. Not so much probably for Jimmy, but fantasy football is a whole different monster.
Oh, yeah.
And,
But
you
I
got-
like this week. It's all games are Sunday. There's no Thursday, no Saturday, no Monday.
Are we doing FanDuel basketball?
I mean, we can do that. I mean, it might be something we can trial.
She's fart facing.
We can trial it. It's not as cut and dry as like, oh hey, this is
'Cause
you
they
know,
have so
this
many more
week's
games
schedule,
going
because
on,
it's
right?
something every day. So I said the only way that we could do basketball is we would have to pick one day of the week that all teams played, that there was a full slate of games, and we'd be like, hey, on this day we'll tap into basketball.
On this
And I'll never do
day-
fantasy baseball again.
and
That's
this
like
day
a
the
full-time
Lord
job.
rested.
Fantasy baseball
It's
is
brutal.
dope. It, like
It's awesome.
You're
I
changing
got
pitchers.
I
and
got
who's in
into
it.
it last year, probably the most that I've had in years, and messing around with the pitching staff and doing stuff like that is fun.
You know what I like doing is I like going to minor league baseball games, sitting in the stands and calling pitches.
Is there somebody outside? Are we getting robbed? You
I keep seeing
I
a
see the light-
thing going by.
Yeah.
I got my tear gas. I'm ready
Don't
to
worry,
go.
your back's to us. Everything
Yeah.
comes through you first, and then it gets.
If
I
I look,
I just don't want them to shoot the
if I
Burrow
look
jersey.
like,
I don't
you're
care
like,
if they shoot
"Wait,
me.
Let me take it off first
Yeah, like
before you.
I just don't put a hole in the jersey.
All right, so let's look ahead. We're gonna do another remote episode from the
I
card
already
show.
got the time off.
I'm excited for that.
I'll be there.
The episode
I'll
came
be-
together very
Fantastic.
nice. I mean, I was
Yeah.
impressed with that. The thing that I was impressed with the most, and I think Stacy would agree because she just got done editing it, the fact that the mics pick up our voices and not a lot of background.
Yeah,
noise.
no, I didn't feel like it was,
That was
anything
beautiful.
different than here. Like it was.
We're
perfect.
but this is gonna be great because we're gonna piss some people off.
Oh yeah,
I'm loving it.
coming back again.
Oh, coming back like it was a thing before.
Yeah.
Coming back for
this time,
repeat
I'm gonna bring
episode.
some cards and I'm gonna
Oh.
sell them and I'm gonna price them properly.
Yep. I'm gonna put some white boxes with 25-cent singles out just to be
An asshole.
dick.
Oh yeah, that would burn.
I'm gonna put a big flashing on the TV with a pointed like in between each episode comment. It'll be an arrow that says 90% off.
But what we do need is a on-air, off-air switch. Can we do that?
We
For the
need to
obvious
figure that out.
dumbass,
I'm just going to
people-
bring the New Jersey sarcasm and just kind of
Because their lady's gonna come in right in the middle of our thing and is
Where's
where's the
lids?"
lids? And D-Mags is gonna go,
right here.
what? You're like, you know my Magnum.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'll give you the lid.
So you guys always make fun of me for shopping Amazon, but I will get you guys an on-air sign.
Oh, that would be dope.
Like the push button. Boom.
Yeah, we
Boom,
we
That would
need
be
one
sick.
for
so
the
that'll be
the
fun.
blind.
Look for that. That's going to be an all-day event. So you got to make sure you're rested. A lot of food in you, because it's going to be crazy.
And you know what? You know what I think would be flexing, if we were able to somehow, through the magic
Get
of
a
whatever,
guest.
through the magic of Stacy's incredible technical knowledge, run that remote from over there while it's being fed into this TV set,
Can we do that?
like a live.
I have no idea.
That's
I'm
all-
just throwing it out
my
there. I'm just
brain
throwing it out
hurt
there.
with that one.
Yeah, like
But
I
it
felt
has to be done.
constipated for a
I
second.
see guys with like little AirPods or whatever you call them.
Well,
on.
I know, but we can't invest in like
No.
$10,000 into.
No,
Just
research
Research if
is
you did a Facebook Live or Instagram Live on your phone,
Yeah.
as you're recording,
And you would stream it to
can-
the TV.
I can stream it to the TV.
Do I need AirPods for that?
No. I'm just saying that on all these podcasts, whatever the subject is, you see these guys. Well, this guy's
What would be the
background
point
doesn't
of
look like
streaming
this
it
one.
here if we're all at the thing?
Just for people to see.
For people to see that
you
we're
know,
doing a
the
live kind of
shoppers
thing,
here.
Shit.
I like
I'm just
that.
thinking.
That's
I'm
not a
always thinking
terrible
crazy,
idea.
crazy stuff outside the box. So.
You're in favor of that?
Yeah,
As
but
long
If it
as
was-
we get
if
the
it was
on-air
simply-
sign, I'm good.
If it was simply doable,
as long as we get plug in, we're good.
we're
get
gonna get the
power.
same area, I think.
Yeah.
So
You know.
Hot topic. Here we come.
we're gonna get in line quickly. We're gonna have cutouts to stand in line for
I'm
us.
gonna buy more Funkos.
I just want to go to the Funko store.
so do I now. If I find out you guys are saying it was
Because
great.
I
Those
got
are
Stacy
fantastic.
a nice little Christmas gift at the. Do you enjoy that Christmas gift, by the way?
I
The
did.
Disney package.
Oh yeah, that they were pushing that one.
Yeah. Well, Boba Fett. He's my friend. So
Got the hookup.
Jeremy Bullock passed away recently.
I know that.
Oh.
I'm just the biggest fan as you are. Except you, every time I go to the shelves to buy something, you've already bought it. It's sold out.
So you can't be that big.
Nah,
He already
I'm
said
trying.
He's got the Boba Fett on speed dial.
There
I
we go.
did get my brother-in-law got me the Boba Fett Lego.
I've already put it together.
I haven't touched it yet.
Mine's at home and ready to go.
It's not as big as the box.
It is not.
It's not-
It is.
like
It
this
says
microphone.
8 inches, but it's like
Yeah.
4.5.
Definitely
Yeah.
not the Magnum.
And I know 8 inches, and it's like that's gotta be small.
All right, so product coming out this month. I think the biggest releases coming out. We're gonna have a couple
The
hockey
13th.
releases.
Couple basketball in the middle of the month.
What is basketball? What is
13th.
releasing basketball?
Hoops 2021 is 13th.
Is that it? Is that on the 13th?
I think that got pushed to February.
Whoa. Certified?
So
Certified was the other.
that one got pushed.
That one too?
For sure got pushed. Yeah.
Those were the only
So
two
I
that
think
I
our
saw for
biggest
January.
release that we're looking forward to is Contenders football, Playbook football,
Playboy football.
and Elite Extra Edition baseball. 10 hits per box, kind of thing.
I thought that was Jesse Bates.
And then, of course, we have a couple hockey releases. So Synergy, Allure. We have a case of Allure coming, though, which is pretty sick. Allure is all chrome.
Okay.
It is
so-
like Topps Chrome for Upper Deck hockey.
Gotcha.
So,
How many Alexis have you pulled?
Not a whole hell of a lot.
no, I think out of all the Series 1 we've ripped, we've pulled a base card and a checklist Alexi. That's it. And I think we've done
A lot.
what, 17
Jonathan,
boxes. Yeah, John's
Northwest.
ripped a
yeah,
lot.
he ripped everything.
So this month is weak on releases, but that's fine. We have remotes to fill the time. We have other things we're gonna do. We got to have a better interview lineup, I think, for the remote. The kid was good, Trevor.
Yeah.
Remember Trevor?
He was good.
really good. I want to get some of these.
You know what? We need somebody.
I want some crusty old dudes.
No, I want somebody.
I'd like
Where
to see.
he
I'd like to see one of
speaks
those.
and the
What
dust comes out.
were those two guys that we talked to when we first went and they're very approachable, and they wanted your card. You guys traded cards.
I don't want people to kiss my ass. I want.
Yeah, he did.
It was kind
of like,
can I carry your bag for you, sir?
You know.
Kind of thing. Like, no.
Definitely gonna have to
You
find
want
something
that,
else
though.
to rip.
So
Yes, the 13. I would be down to doing some more like just
old
oddball.
Because that was fun. I mean, that was a lot of.
It
people.
What
was
about Mr.
cool.
Model, man?
It was cool. He was the one that had all the Herberts.
Yeah, he had Herbert.
He had
from-
Herbert.
He was Dusty.
I think he had high school Herbert. So
Producer,
he had all
producer
Herberts.
got some facts for us.
So here's an idea, because of the podcast.
By the way, are we doing Ask Cards Corner this week?
Oh yes, I have some questions. Forgot about that.
So we're not an entire shit show. We really have our stuff together.
So
Yeah,
with the
partially.
remote,
Yep.
people can't really leave their booths if they're flying solo.
Mm-hmm.
But
We come to them.
that's all can be put in your pocket scenario.
Yeah,
Can you put it in my pocket?
I
Would that work?
can put it in my pocket.
You can put it in your pocket.
Or backpack.
Oh, so it's going to be like
Or
2012
what do you
with
call it,
Woody
fanny pack.
Harrelson with his
And now you just
White man
remote,
can't jump.
eating pickles.
and now you're standing and you're walking around and you're like,
Oh,
and now we're going
I want
to
the
the
Freddie Mercury microphone with the half stand.
There you
Right,
go.
you know what I'm talking about. I want the Husky Schmedium
or Aerosmith with a bunch of
with
like
the
silk.
tassels on it. Uh oh, are you doing a handstand? Are you
Better
twerking?
not hit me.
Are you twerking?
No, I need your phone.
Why?
She needs to ask.
Because I have
Oh.
questions on mine.
So we're gonna wrap this episode up with questions. Ask Cards Corner. It went very
Yeah.
well last time. We picked a winner for the Ultra Pro. Are you all right? Still awake?
I'm with you.
Everything's good.
Mi casa, su casa.
All right. You all right?
This is
Good to
actually
go?
his casa.
His casa is our casa.
Yeah.
What is a casa? That's like a tortilla, right?
Yeah.
Casa?
Accosting.
Oh, accosted.
Going.
Ask Cards Corner wraps up today's episode, baby. Let's do it.
Let's see what they bring.
By the
us.
way, if you're curious, I'm rocking the 1989 Ken Griffey Jr. batting practice jersey.
Just a little 2-4.
That's a BP hat too. Spring training
No,
hat.
they didn't have BP hats back then.
They didn't
This
take
was
BP.
a
They were just too
gamer.
good. Just straight sticking.
That's right. You saw the picture. Straight sticking. Deep no, I can't say that.
Deep diving?
Digging.
Digging.
Deep digging.
Did you hit the start button?
Yeah, we're started. You're all right. Adidas, though, really? Can't you get some 4.7?
No, because I hate 4.7.
Come on,
That's
get some
stretchy.
4.7.
I hate 4.7. And I can't get it in. I can't get it in New Era,
You have
low
a
profile,
ponytail?
low crown. Huh?
Corn back there? You have a ponytail?
Is there? I think it's growing.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like it.
All right.
Are we deep digging?
We're live on Facebook, on
Li-
Instagram.
Facebook.
I know. I'm
All
having
right,
issues
I
with
gotta
that today.
I got to do the Magnum thing.
Hey, Instagram. 9 hours straight of this fantastic ripping.
A little tilt action on that camera, please.
Tell us what you want. What you really,
I
really
was
want.
kind of hidden behind everything.
Oh, so
Tell us.
Buster
Hold on.
Posey over here.
I'm
He's
on
a
my chair
Buster.
later.
Okay, so I have a few questions that were submitted based off of the stories.
Perfect.
Did you tell the story?
What story?
Little Red Riding Hood?
Like
What
the
story are you
Grinch?
talking about? How is that going, by the way?
God,
When is your next
I'm gonna
remote? Or no, you don't do remotes. When is your next picture time?
I'm gonna do New Year's ripping at Turf and Dirt.
You know what? Are you going to be in the Grinch?
I'm gonna wear the
Oh,
mask.
Dude, that's sick. People will freak out to see the green behind the camera.
I'll have the Hank gloves on.
You just don't want to
Okay.
mess up the. You don't want to mess up the card.
So speaking of gloves, this was a question that came off of the story this week. What
Yes.
kind of gloves are you using for opening packs and why?
So what I prefer are non-powder
Yeah.
nitrile gloves, typically used in the food industry, but I don't wear the
See-through.
see-through. It's
The
black.
sandwich bag ones.
Right. I don't do Stacy's, put booties on your feet kind of thing.
Can I get pickles on my sandwich?
But I am very particular. They've got to be black. They've got to be extra large because I have large hands for a husky schmedium guy.
Man hands.
I have man hands. I got
Man
man
hands.
feet.
I may not be husky schmedium, but I have.
You got man hands.
I have big hands.
How's your thing going to work during that? You going to be all right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm worried about you. I want you to
ro-
fully
I ro-
function.
I did find this fantastic tape, though. This has been a game changer.
I suggest we do it from while we get pedicures.
No, there you go.
Because then I
And they
want to
would
get
be-
a
they would be
Midol
all-
sponsorship. Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, look at his feet. They're huge." You know what they say about guys with big feet?
They
thought you were gonna
They
shout- I
have
thought you were gonna
bigger
say-
shoes.
I use
Okay.
Ultra Pro gloves.
Next question.
Next question.
Yes. Nitrile black extra large. But there's a reason for it, guys. Gloves are important, and there's going to be some jackass that's going to say,
Gloves damage.
yeah,
the
you're going
cards.
to, you saw that, right?
Yep.
You're going to ruin the cards. Bull
yeah.
effing crap. You wear the gloves to show respect for the amount of money that others are spending on product. That is
But-
my way of showing respect.
And still, just because you're wearing gloves doesn't mean you're like freely putting your fingers in the middle of the cards, just jabbing at them. You're still being delicate with the cards and wearing gloves.
Dude,
it's
you
just
know-
an extra precaution.
Do you know what it's like though when you go, like, especially Stacy when she's monitoring? Like, I have a lot of respect for one-on-one card shop, but their rippers do not wear gloves, and they're fingerprinting all the chrome cards. I don't get that.
Good. I hope
don't
they're
get
grading them all too. Why is this not a
Ouch.
10?
How do you feel about that?
I just re-get their fingerprints and get their phones. I just, get the fingerprints.
They say like, yeah, your fingerprint, your ID. You're like, I got it squared.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
I saw National Treasure.
Okay, is Jordan Brooks going to replace KJ next year?
That's a Seahawk question.
That's a vague. I mean, that's a vague question.
Can you answer it?
I mean,
I
don't
say yes, no,
Because
maybe.
I feel like when they talk about Seahawks, your ears and brain turn off.
Yeah, I don't watch enough Seahawks
Seahawk.
or care about the Seahawks enough to know about their lack of.
I think KJ
Firepower.
Wright has developed himself into being a fan favorite.
Yeah,
So that would be a tough one for a rookie, hence second-year player to come in and replace a KJ Wright, who is actually playing very well.
yeah.
Yep.
So that's going to be a tough one. So there would be a lot of hate going on. So my initial reaction is no.
I mean, I'm all
KJ
for,
Wright
like,
will not be replaced by Jordan
Geno
Brooks.
Smith replacing Russell Wilson. Now,
Dude, that was brutal.
I'm game on that one. If that happens, I'm a Hawks fan. You heard it here.
What does that say about Anthony Gordon?
Geno.
How's Anthony?
I got a booklet of Anthony Gordon's
Where did you
For
get that?
Christmas?
for Christmas.
That Wazoo guy. And you know who we got that one from?
Was it? It was
The kid.
Trevor.
It was from the kid.
We were live when we did it, so I was hoping you weren't seeing it, so I'd be able to give it to you still. That's how I roll, by the way.
Okay, if
Heavy.
you
You're
are on Instagram with us, you are more than welcome to ask questions.
That's right, baby. This is Cards Corner. We are doing Ask Turf and Dirt. We're doing Ask Cards Corner.
Cards Corner After Dark.
I like being 90, and we're like After Dark. This is like Skinamax.
Yo.
Hey, can we turn the heat down on the fireplace a little bit?
Yeah.
Because my friend thought it was real.
It's heating up.
It's like, are you serious?
Okay, here's
burns.
another one that was submitted through the stories throughout the weekend. Do you expect an even bigger boom in 2021? Question mark. Trevor Lawrence and potentially Wander Franco.
Wander would be nice to finally. I mean, because there's been so much hype around Wander that it would be nice, but I don't see him.
He's not carrying anything.
I don't see him being the chase next year.
Correct.
I
don't
think it's going
that's
to
a
be
big one.
all Lawrence. All Lawrence.
Well, Lawrence for
For
football,
football.
but Justin Fields, I think you're gonna get some guys who are gonna stand out. But in the baseball, I think it's gonna be somebody who's nobody is screaming about this person now. I think it's gonna definitely be a sleeper guy,
And you know who it is.
not Evan White.
You know who it is.
Alec Baum.
It's gonna be
No.
Jared Kelnick.
It is
No, I
number. It is number 12, left-hander from University of Kentucky,
Not happening.
winning
Well,
MVP. And
I definitely
batting
think
champion.
the rookie chase next year for baseball is going to be an unknown, a not big name guy.
The thing is, though, is Wander Franco has been on the fringe for quite a while, and people are waiting,
but
patiently, but waiting to go ape crap about Wander Franco rookies.
the thing that's going to be a downfall for Wander right now is Tampa's going in the wrong direction.
Correct. 2
2
years ago, they were.
Charlie Morton gone, Blake Snell gone.
Who did Blake Snow go to?
He went to
Padres.
But the thing about Tampa did get some good prospects in return. So I just feel like Tampa is in a back to rebuilding.
That's an older
mode.
person thing. We do that when we're in the shower room together. We touch mics. That's how that works.
You guys can do that.
But I'm going to tell you right now, it'll be a period of, was that a toilet? Is that a
It kind of sounded like a toilet seat.
toilet seat dropping?
Next door.
Now, there's going to be a period of time that Topps Chrome Wander Franco rookie hits, right? Autographed, going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Going to be big money. But it's going to go hot and cold quick. Because I agree. Tampa's going in the wrong direction. Wander is not going to carry the prospect world, right? Do you agree with that, Stacey?
I would agree with that. Is there going
you've
to
seen
be...
Wander's been in products since 16.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right? I mean, he's been in Bowman.
Time.
He's been a prospect forever. Has even gotten out of... Because they did COVID shutdown. He was still in A-ball.
Willie Adames actually played well last year. So, I mean, that's also a position thing and finding your way into the lineup.
But I like Wander because... Is he Cuban?
See.
Is he really Cuban?
I don't know.
No.
I think so.
So we're just blanketing.
Everybody's Cuban.
But I have a bunch of Wander Franco prospects.
Ian Anderson.
Come on down and get
I know pitchers don't get love, but I'm big on the Ian Anderson.
Yeah, well, Brent Honeywell.
So is
I'm all in
Trevor
on Brent
Lawrence going to be the only chase next
No,
year?
Tony
or
can't answer this question because
Is
he's got
there-
this bromance with Trevor Lawrence that makes me want to
It's
vomit.
like this
in
year,
his
and
hat.
this is going off of... Ben pointed this question out, and then we'll go to
No.
some of this. But right now, Burrow, Herbert, Tua were the big chases. Is it only going to be Trevor Lawrence?
But
No.
see, the thing is, though, is going into the beginning, Burrow was the only chase for a period of time.
Well,
He was the one name talked about. It's going to be similar with Trevor Lawrence going in.
so Burrow and Tua, I feel like, would be sort of more the equivalent of the Sunshine and Fields. And then, then Herbert was a big name going into the draft, but it wasn't like he wasn't going to start.
He surprised a lot of people.
It was a cute pick.
He wasn't going to start, so he didn't get that attention right away. Then when he got thrown in there, it was like, there's the fire.
Well, but he showed he could play. He could show he could
Right,
play
yeah.
pro
With
ball.
all the
I mean,
losses,
that's-
it's still.
The question on Instagram asked, who would you rather invest in? I'm not investing in Tua. I'm not a believer.
being a Joe
I don't
Burrow
think he's a
fan.
finisher. I just don't think
And
he's a finisher.
The Herbert,
Like Stain and finishing
I don't know.
the Herbert and Burrow, that is totally, they're two different styles.
I would agree with that.
Herbert he's more flash, big plays.
He's kind of Josh Allen.
I don't know. See,
He's got better
Big gun.
hair. He's got better hair than
No. Oh.
Herbert
Yeah.
does.
I look Burrow and Aaron Rodgers. I look at their demeanors, their mannerisms, the way they
Is that the
drive down
comparisons?
The field.
For you is Aaron Rodgers,
for me,
really?
I see a lot of similarities.
I see
in
him
those-
closer to
in
Carson
those
Palmer.
two. No,
I was thinking Jeff
Carson
Blake.
Palmer. Carson Palmer would get scared to run out of the pocket, and Joe
Oh, so
Burrow.
he'd get Brady-ish.
Joe Burrow would run. Carson Palmer is Brady-ish.
I was thinking like Johnny Manziel.
Oh God,
No. That's
No.
that's your boy from Cleveland.
no
Let me down this-
Manziel. But I think Herbert has the potential, but they need the weapons to build.
So let's
around
ask
him.
a question.
Oh,
So,
there's another good question that just popped up.
but Burrow's hurt, right?
Burrow's
Herbert is
hurt.
playing full season. Tua's been benched for performance issues.
Yeah, so what Fitzpatrick actually said after the game interview, he said that Flores has been the best at communicating, and he's made it very clear to both of them that this is something that could happen at any moment, and it's not because of one person's lack of productivity or one person's going to do better. He's like, sometimes you just need to inject that, hype, that excitement into the team.
Who do you
the
see as
change.
a Hall of Fame career at the end? And don't be a homer about it. Be honestly
I think
looking
Burrow and Herbert could both be Hall of Fame. And out of all the quarterbacks being drafted,
Do you see Tua surviving the league?
No.
The type of quarterback he is, he's a very Russell Wilson-esque, Kyler Murray-esque
I think he'll have-
quarterback.
with the left hand.
Is
He's
he? I
left-handed.
didn't know he.
See,
is
yeah,
he
he's
lefty?
left-handed.
See, and that's
Oh.
and as weird as it is, him being left-handed is an issue, and it's
How does it make that an issue though?
because it's the flight of the ball is different. The
It's
way
been proven.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
has it?
Yeah.
Really?
it is a
scientifically.
YouTube.
It is a fact though, but the trajectory of the ball, the way it comes down, and so the angles, as somebody who likes to play receiver, like it is a huge difference watching somebody throw
I'm a goalie.
left-handed.
He's a third baseman too. He's going to tell you all about
But
that here in a
I
minute.
just don't see that. Like Michael Vick was
Do you
a
still
different
call yourself
style.
a wide receiver? But you're young yet. You still have time to mature.
I'm not. As you can see, I'm falling apart.
Yeah.
But I do see Burrow and Herbert having
Okay.
Hall of Fame
That's cool.
potential
That's cool.
careers. I can see that.
Do you think Tua leaves the league under injury? Do you think his style is?
I think he'll stay in the league, whether
He'll
it's
back
as
up
a back.
somewhere.
I think I can see him more as that
backup.
quality back, Tyrod Taylor-esque backup guy.
go.
There you go.
Great comparison.
Okay, you're happy with that.
He doesn't run like.
So out of
Sonic.
those three, who would you invest in?
I don't-
Between Burrow, Herbert, and Tua,
I think Burrow has the weapons now.
Burrow's the he's the enigma right now, right?
Yeah.
Because he is out hurt. We're not going to see him for probably most of next year, if not all of the year.
Don't tell him that.
Well, I mean, but
Facts are facts.
he's got doctors to get through first,
Yeah.
right? So
Run through
he's the
wall.
enigma. We don't know. Herbert, he's playing,
and he's proven himself.
and he is, he's
They
standing
just-
tall in the pocket, throwing the ball deep downfield.
See, the line is fine for Herbert, but he needs the playmaker. He has Keenan Allen, Mike Williams ish, but he needs the playmaker. That's what Burrow has when he gets back.
Sure.
He has the plethora of.
But I think right
playmakers.
now, if I had a safe play for the
I'm
moment,
Herbert.
it's Herbert.
Yeah.
Herbert is the safe play.
Safe play, yeah. If I'm putting my money, if I
But
had
if
to go buy a
you're
graded
going
card,
risky, Burrow's the risk.
Burrow's the long term.
But yeah, Burrow, we don't know. He could be the long-term investment. So yeah. Josh Allen.
Okay, next question.
C.
How do you feel about Haskins getting released, and where do you think a potential landing spot for him is?
Nowhere.
I saw it coming a mile, 2 weeks away.
Sure you did. Come on.
2 weeks away.
Come on.
He's
There was
not.
just the episode.
It's like going like the 83 shuttle explosion. I saw
I
that
think he's
coming
in
a mile
that same.
away.
He's going to be put in that same category as Manziel. I mean, that's
Yeah, I
CFL. I don't know who's going to want him. I mean, he's hell.
XFL.
Geno Smith doesn't even do the things he.
So
does.
he was a first-round quarterback selection.
Josh Rosen.
No.
Josh Rosen is still trying, though. He's in the league.
people
He's
want
a practice squad guy.
No, he's not.
He's a quiet clip holder.
Oh,
He
Yeah.
was.
sorry.
San Francisco traded
Oh,
for
my
him.
goodness.
San Francisco 49ers traded for him.
Oh, so he's not a practice squad guy now?
No.
How do you
he's
feel about
backup.
that?
He's a
With
backup.
George Kittle?
He's a backup. He's a backup.
Mahim Mostert?
I honestly,
Yes?
I don't see him signing at all. I don't Haskins. I don't.
You think
see
he
him.
washes out?
I think he burnt his bridge. And
Well,
he's
everybody in the media is making the
Jamarcus Russell.
the comparison as far as just it's hard. Some of these sportscasters were saying, and these were African American news
It's facts.
guys. They were like, first of all, it's hard being a quarterback. Second of all, it's really hard being an African American quarterback. So for the things he's went out and done, very childish, and it's not helping. his
Another
case.
one who's still in the NFL, but he has had to learn from his mistakes was Jameis Winston. I mean,
Yeah.
he had a lot of outside of football struggles, and look where it's. I mean, his play. He has potential out of all those type of quarterbacks that have issues.
And being
He
a
has
Jersey guy
game.
and following the draft religiously, it was like Haskins was upset being a Jersey guy himself that the Giants didn't take him. He was
Yeah.
upset about that.
I don't see any team desperate enough to sign
So
him.
it's just general. I mean, just attitude.
Okay, so I am basically going to give the answer that will sell the jersey and the football and the mini helmet as quickly as possible.
I will make it rain if
He
you
will
buy
make
it.
it rain singles. All right.
Single cards.
Okay, next question from Instagram. What do you think happens to Carson Wentz?
Now that's going to be somebody who I think just ends up being a backup as well,
Most likely, I think his time as a starter in Philadelphia is over.
unless he
I
finds
think
somewhere.
Jalen Hurts
with
is
a-
he's
think-
taking the reins. So
I think Carson Wentz gets traded to the Rams for Goff. Straight up.
no,
That's rumor has it.
no, not straight up. I don't see.
so you say that with a straight face. You can
Yeah.
sit here and believe you believe.
No.
I believe it.
At the
Ouch.
no, I don't- it's you're trading, trash for trash at this moment. Like,
But they're talking about a happier place to play and new beginnings and all this other,
yeah, no. Wentz is from North Dakota. Went to North Dakota. Like, he's just. I don't see him going to SoCal, and that's not.
How do they say it?
Soaking up the
IMO.
the Southern California.
In my
kinda-
opinion.
Hey,
yeah.
IMO.
In your opinion,
Is
I
that
just
like LOL.
Wentz.
and FART. Is that what that?
I mean, Wentz is going to need a Tannehill-esque
A
type.
tan.
A Tannehill-esque type of comeback. Like, he's going to need to find a spot that's going to give him a backup role, and then he sneaks away with a playing time chance, and then
I think
steals
it's
the show.
for the fear of missing out. I know that's a cute phrase we've been throwing around, but I think for the Philadelphia Eagles, everybody's talking about, right? Los Angeles Chargers, rookie quarterback, right? Cincinnati Bengals, rookie quarterback. Everybody's talking about them. Miami Dolphins, despite Tua's performance, right? Still talking about them. What do we talk about with Philadelphia? Wentz. Like, they want to get put on the map again. Wentz is done in Philly. He is absolutely finished.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts has taken the reins. He will be next year's
It's no
opening
longer-
day starter.
It's no longer Wennsylvania.
It is no.
If I had to-
did they call it that?
Yeah.
Oh, when he got
Really?
drafted, when they were winning, yeah.
If I had to go,
But what happened to
Philly's
him? Because
tough.
he was a Super Bowl bound
Potential?
quarterback.
Yeah, but he didn't
As-
compete. Nick Foles took over because he got hurt.
injuries.
But Philly
I can't even
got
think
to
of a
the
team
Super Bowl under Wentz's
that
tutelage.
I would feel that he would fit in, or that he would have a chance to start over someone.
Because of the injuries and no assurance of Garoppolo, where's he going to be next year? And
I'd say that's
San
maybe
Fran, maybe.
that's maybe one of the better options.
New England?
No,
Cam's not going to stay.
No,
in New
but they
England.
want big name. They want experience. They don't want
yeah, they need.
So Unihorn is going to stay in New England.
who Cam?
Yeah,
Probably. I mean,
You didn't see Unihorn?
yeah,
you know who New England could have? Ryan Finley. They could have him.
Is he still
God damn,
wearing a
that guy
Cincy uni?
sucks. He's
You're
awful.
really- The hat's on point, by the way.
I hate Ryan Finley. Sorry, Ryan Finley. Sorry, Ryan Finley's mom.
I'm sure
That's all we
somebody
got.
loves
What else we
him.
got?
All right.
So is that going to be kind of the same with Minshew? Minshew has to go somewhere else if they're going to get Lawrence.
Are you going to be upset if we be honest?
No, because Minshew,
Yes,
I
if Lawrence
love
is
for
drafted-
Minshew's only because he was a
If
Cougar.
Lawrence is drafted due to, I mean, if he drafted goes to the Jags, yes, Minshew is going somewhere else. But I do think Minshew is going to get a chance to start somewhere else.
I'm taking
I don't see it.
Philly?
There's too many quarterbacks.
I'm taking Sam Darnold over all of these quarterbacks that we're talking about.
But the thing is,
Haskins,
though, is
Wentz,
Minshew has a Minshew.
Same here.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Minshew
taking
has
Sam
a brand.
Darnold's he's a good
He doesn't have a
quarterback.
brand. He's got.
He might see
crackers.
ghost sometimes, but I think that's
Sure.
that's just in his head. He'll get out of that.
Did you guys know that Josh Allen only received two scholarship offers at a junior college? Wyoming, where he played, at Eastern Washington. I found it out last night.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
you know who he could have been thrown to when
Who?
Cooper Cup.
Yeah. That would have been a
The
good one.
Cup. That would have been a good.
That would have been
Oh,
a good
I
pair.
just thought about that.
I
Okay,
get- I
so
sweaty
staying
thinking about
with quarterbacks, what about Jordan Love and the Packers?
Have a seat and wait like Rodgers did.
I am, and I think that's it. No more
Just-
needs to be said.
He needs
You
a
know, practice
discount
hard, stay
double
with the
check.
team, and just learn from Rodgers, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
run the practice squad to the best of his ability. I think is the best thing for him to do.
Yeah, I think he had to know that once he got drafted, just like Aaron Rodgers. But I think the difference is, I think Love seems like a more
Well, let me ask you a
Patient.
question
Type
though.
kid.
Love has a lot more talent than just to sit back and. I mean, because I think Love, if he would have played, he would have been somebody we would have been talking about right now.
he would need to demand a trade because otherwise he's not getting any.
But what would
PP.
be
Yeah.
what would be the reason for signing with the Packers? Did he think that old man Rodgers was going to get hurt?
Well, I mean, he
Get
got
Because
drafted.
you got
he
a good thing
forced,
going.
like
You got a good thing
You're
going.
gonna,
and-
learn,
and-
you're gonna learn from one of
Nobody's
the
gonna-
guys.
Eli Manning and
and who?
wasn't Eli supposed to be drafted
By
on
the Chargers.
Right,
He
and
was. He was
threw-
drafted
he
by the
was
Chargers.
traded.
He was traded.
but he threw a fit
Because
about it, right?
him and his daddy.
His dad threw a
So
fit.
if they absolutely didn't, really, you guys are gonna battle me on this?
No.
Okay,
I need some
well,
chicken
whatever.
nuggets.
All right. Let's go with the next. I'm done with it. So let's go with the next one.
So, yes, we have hockey boxes. Prices will be available when we actually rip.
Is that the question? Really?
Yeah, any hockey boxes. That's why
Oh,
Yes.
F. Do they realize this is a podcast?
we are on a podcast. I don't know if they know
Okay.
that.
Hey,
Yeah.
hockey can be ripped New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, 9
So what's
hours.
happening New Year's Eve?
We're ripping.
9 hours starting 3 o'clock Pacific time to midnight.
Ripping
12
and
o'clock
stripping.
Pacific. Well, I would say ripping. The stripping thing would be a D-Mags exclusive
With
we
some,
ripping and
with
stripping.
some Magnum
with
action.
some special guests.
Right,
Yeah.
with some special sauce.
And we giving away stuff on Instagram.
Every hour on Instagram, we're going to be giving something away. Come on, you got to get with it. Let's go. Be happy.
Don't worry.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
So if you need to plan your rip session, you can always DM for menus.
Now, I don't think this will be the first time that that's happened, but have we seen a multi-hour rip like planned?
By here,
not
well,
planned.
we haven't done it, but
it sounds like there's a lot of breakers out there that break all night long.
but they don't go in planning for it, right?
And they probably
I think
don't own a card shop either.
We're pre-planned
And have a podcast and
well, yeah, well,
have black sheep that night.
black sheep.
Oh, so I'm ordering tacos.
Is that what it is?
That should be the New Year's Eve.
Was
meal.
that the thing we had on the birthday dinner thing?
No.
It was
Oh,
black
did you
sheep.
have? Oh, you got me.
I'm lost. What is black sheep?
That's the taco place down in downtown Bellingham.
Oh, apparently that's good.
It's bomb.
So Tony just put it in a question.
Really? Boxers or briefs?
Who will win the NFC East?
Whoever doesn't want to win it, because that's how it seems to be going right now.
Who's in the lead right now?
You know who's going to win it? The Red Rifle.
Because I thought, really?
Red Rocket? Red Rifle?
Oh, he just dropped it like it was hot. So Dallas is walking away with it.
You're going to see
How
some
do you feel
ginger
about
lamb.
I'm saying the Washington Redskins win it, and they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, luckily they can't win it because they're not Redskins.
Oh wait, they got rid of Haskins. Never mind.
Yeah.
So do you think Chase Young becomes
The quarterback.
Super Bowl MVP?
Chase
He could
Young's-
probably be quarterback.
That would be a fear to tackle his.
Well, I know, right? He'd
I'll
be
pass.
like, no.
It's like
Defensive player.
It's
of
like
the year.
Derrick Henry running at you. Chase Young, nah, I'll pass.
And how come Derrick Henry hasn't gotten as
So-
much love as he needs
So
to be?
he's right under there. They said if it's somebody who's not a quarterback, they had his name has been the next in line.
I heard that too.
So that's a
Alongside Dalvin Cook.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
is
been
this a
Derrick Henry.
website you hear this from? Is this like just
life.
really?
Yeah,
So shit. Apparently I need to be plugged into the Costco mainstream.
Yeah.
because
Page three of the newspaper.
yeah.
You don't read newspaper anymore?
No,
Come on, the Bellingham Fit Life.
Fit Life, really?
Dry fit.
Oh, ouch.
Anything else?
That was all the questions.
All
All
right.
she wrote.
I guess that's going to do it for us tonight.
Cool.
We appreciate the questions, guys. This is the first time we've ended Cards Corner on Ask Cards Corner. But
Well, we keep it raw.
we'll keep it raw.
We'll catch
So,
you on the flip side.
We're going to be, next time, it is the new year. It'll be 2021.
Yeah.
We're going to
Everything's going to be different.
We're going to have to start, really? You going to stand on your head? Or
Yeah. We're going to film it upside down.
sideways?
We're going to forget to turn it on, and we're going to film a whole episode.
in the
With
the
no
dark.
audio.
Yep. All right, guys. We want to thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. This has been a rocking 15 weeks.
Yeah,
right.
it's been a blast. 16.
Is it 16?
we had a wrong. We
Oh,
had
yeah,
a C.
16. So,
But as always, please remember to like, subscribe.
Share.
and like they
Share.
said back in the day, be kind, rewind.
Blockbuster.
All right.
Have a
All
great
right.
new year.
We are out of here. We will see everybody next week.
And we're out.